Friday night action, best bet live, 2-5, no limit, deep stack cash game. First hand of the night, you got myself, Dustin Shacklock, and my boy Johnny Pham in the booth. Let's get right in the action. All diamond board. Brian bets with the 4 of diamonds and takes down what is the first pot of the night. Shout out to all my chat regs. Thanks for tuning in. Let's do it.
Yo, what is up, everyone? How is their hump day?
Happy hump day. We're 1 day closer to the WSOP, and I could not be more excited.
It's literally on our heels. A lot of news coming up. So now vaccinations are required and masks are optional.
Yeah, that seems a little counterintuitive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it should be, well, I support everything that they're doing, but I'm gonna wear my mask regardless when I'm out there. It's too many people, too close.
Are you gonna be that one of those guys who double mask too?
I might triple mask. I'm gonna wear a mask over my eyes.
Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Again, this is 2-5 no limit hold'em, buying $200 to $1,500.
Curtis opening up the ace-10 suited. Oh, I'm sorry, he calls the raise from Blake with the 2 black 10s. Curtis got the red 10 with the red ace. We got my man Adonis Lane in the box. Wow, just flops bottom set here. The case 10, a little bit of a sticky board. All diamond Broadway flop. The jack 9 gets there, the ace jack. Curtis wastes no time, just folds there. Folds bottom pair with a straight draw on the all diamond board. Thanks for watching, guys. Aaron, undefeated. Steve Vasquez, a couple chat rigs straggling in. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? We back tomorrow night with the Chamber of Commerce charity tournament, and then back Friday night with another 2-5 no limit deep stack cash game.
And at Orange Park, we'll have our Saturday GoPro $400 buy-in.
Catch me out there.
Starting stack, all the dead money.
All the dead money. Come get it. I'll have 15,000 chips worth of dead money for you. Per buy-in. Looks like we got a raise out of James here to 45 with the jack 9 offsuit in the straddle pot. Dennis looking like he wants to defend. Yeah, he's going to make the call. He can be dominated in this spot. Almost 3-1 dog. Here we go. Wow, both players get it up. Where are all these? Are there any other suits in this deck? All 3 boards have been all diamond flops. What is happening?
You just stack the top heavy with diamonds, you know.
This is kind of an action flop. Both players flop top pair with a diamond draw. Dennis has the straight flush draw if he can. Oh, actually, you can see it at the top of the screen there. It looks like somebody folded the 6 of diamonds. He can still make a straight. Wow. Dennis's outs just multiplied. Some of those are chop outs, so all the aces, all the kings, and all the queens are chop outs. James can't go anywhere on this flop. He's got. Oh,
that's
wow.
crazy. He put them all in.
Wow! Whoa! Whoa!
I mean, Dennis's spot. I mean, you don't leave yourself with 100 back with another card to go. It should just press the smash button.
The queen does come in for the chop. Both players have 9s and 7s with a queen. Man, Dennis had all those cards at the top of the screen. Queen of clubs comes in for the chop. Third hand of the night, third diamond flop of the night, and we have an all in. I'm into it. Yeah, guys, like Johnny said, this weekend at noon at our sister property, Orange Park, Florida, a $400 one-day. The last 2 have both generated close to $60K in the prize pool. First place for the last one was $15K, like $14.7 or something. It's a great one-day tournament. You'll catch me out there splashing around. I love this tournament. It's one of my favorites. We do it about every other month. It's a lot of fun. it used to be a multi-day tournament, and then we made it a one-day, and I don't feel like we really lost any value. The prize pool is still, it's a little smaller, but it's better to not have to come back on a second day.
Yeah, the multi-days kind of journey a little bit more of a prize pool. I think we used to guarantee, what, 30,000 in that tournament?
We'd guarantee 30,000, but we'd probably get closer to 80 or 100.
But about 9 hours of work for $14,000 is it's a good day.
Right? Also, nothing was worse than making day 2 and coming back and busting short of the money. That's happened to me several times in that tournament. Make day 2, come back, bust short of the money.
I think at this point it's happened every time in that tournament. Have you cashed yet one of those multi-days?
Yeah, I final tabled them before.
Oh.
I just, more often than not, go home empty-handed. But that's the way it goes. A lot of variance in tournaments. Tournaments are hard, man. Tournaments are very hard, especially when you don't know what you're doing.
Earlier today, I hit one. I said, "Yo, can we run it?"
Starting to map out my trip to Vegas, get everything planned, figure out what events I want to play, what games I want to play. You guys drop in the chat. Let me know what when you guys are going to be there, what you guys are playing. Let's meet up. Let's hang out. Look at Mr. Bill in the 7 seat coming under the gun with the Jack 9 suited for a raise. Gets called by the pocket 4s, the pocket 10s, the pocket 6s, and the Queen 4 suited.
And the Ace King. What?
Oh, Ace King for Blake.
That's a big boy bet. 180 to go off an initial $20 raise.
Makes it huge. Goes, what, 9x there? But with a hand like that, you got to thin the field a little bit.
Yeah, this would definitely get through. I don't think anybody.
I don't think you can fold the pocket 10s. I think pocket 10s should probably call.
Dennis wants in.
Ooh, Dennis
Whoa.
can't fold those pocket 4s. Wow, he's going to put.
Oh, James is going to fold here in the spot, though. I would have definitely set mine with 10s in that spot.
Oh, man, Dennis going to put over half of his stack in with 2 4s.
Mine just shipped on him.
Wow, Brian's going to get a really good price with 2 6s now. Brian has to call 160 to win 440. Wow. The Queen 4 suited in the muck. Oh, man, there's already 600 in the middle. Let's play a big one. 5 hands into the stream. Let's go. Man, ace right in the window. Easy game for Blake.
Surprised that missed 6s, 4s, and 10s.
Yeah, right? Nobody flopping a set here. Jorge says, when I'm going to be there, I'm going to be there from the 3rd to the 10th, and then I might go back out closer to the main. I'm not sure.
Definitely a lot of events to play. Not only the WSOP, but I know Win is running a Super Series there as well. Lots of action everywhere.
Yeah, the Aria is running like a $400 40K every single day that will probably generate 100. The Nugget has a series. The Venetian has a series. The
What's crazy that this is all happening during the fall. Usually the series takes place in the summer.
I know. I love it, man. It's like poker summer camp, except this time it's in the fall, but I love it. I love the vibe. I love the atmosphere. I love seeing everyone out there from all over the country. I just like to play poker all day, you know. Looks like Dennis going to limp in here with the 7-6 suited. Brian's going to come along with the 10-8 off, and Will's going to check the King-7 offsuit from the button straddle and just smash 2-pair.
Top 2 uncredited board. He wants to make sure he wants to try to get some players caught up.
Top 2 static board. Will's going to click it back. There's 40 in the middle.
I'll find the check here.
This card might, actually, this is kind of an action card. This gives Brian the open ender. Brian's got 7, 8, 9, 10.
I think Will should be smashing the raise button here, which he does.
You can tell immediately on Brian's face he did not like that raise. Brian's going to try to get there one time. Drawing pretty thin.
Decent price, 55 more to call, so.
Cannot get there. Brian with 10 high, going to check it over to Will. Wow, Will actually goes pretty big here. Goes for 175 into 185. I think you could actually go small in this spot and just try to get a crying call from somebody, you know.
Yeah, if the bet at 175, I mean, there's very few hands that can call you.
Unless he's trying to make it bluffy, like, like a missed flush draw or something. But I think it kind of makes a little more sense to go small. Try to get a little tiny bit of value from a 9, you know. Maybe a king 8 type hand. Will does win the pot and take it down. Shane in the chat, what's up, buddy? Shane took down the last GoPro, right, for almost 15K. Shout out to Shane. Trying to go for the repeat, the back-to-back. I don't know if it's ever been done. Would be an impressive feat. We'll do king 7 offsuit again. This time it goes in the muck. Will got queen 10 off. He's going to open it up, go to 20.
All right, just holler if you need it.
Gets through Blake, gets through Mr. Bill.
8 seat, 4 seater.
Looks like Dennis is going to defend the big with the 10-4 off and spike a pair. Nick's bottom pair here.
He's going to go with it.
Whoa, Dennis going to rip it here.
All in, Billy.
Dennis just rips it, gets it all in. Looks like 130-ish. This guy's wild.
I don't think you want to play short here, buying for a little bit more.
This guy's wild. I'm into it.
I mean, it's not much you can do. You only got $100 behind.
Sure.
Pair of 4, so.
Sure.
Rip it. Rip town. It goes all in.
With the best hand of 10 would have been very bad news for Will. Didn't want to make a 10 in that spot. Would have given Dennis 2 pair. Yeah, you guys drop in the chat. Let me know what days you guys are going to be there, where you're staying, and what you're playing.
It was me. It was me.
We'll meet up for some hangs.
I'm the only black guy back here. He said, no. Small and big.
Pocket deuces here for Will D. And Curtis right behind him with ace-queen offsuit. Comes in just for the flat. Wow, and Brian back there with pocket jacks. Goes straight for the green chips.
I got murdered with the jacks last night. Wasn't a pretty sight. Played well, almost perfect for a good hour-and-a-half session. About to leave, pick up jacks. Make it 50. Gets them 4 ways. Person behind me goes 250. I re-raise to 600. And then ships it all in. For some reason, she has aces.
Do they ever not have aces in that spot?
I mean, under the gun lip, I should have known better. But I was like, oh, well. Let's just go ahead and play for stacks.
Yeah, they just always have aces in that spot.
Yeah. And it was Asia, too.
Yep. Yeah.
So I should have known better.
Look at the straight flush draw here for Will D. They got some Johnny Pham dollars, huh?
Not a lot. I was actually was able to cash out plus. I was plus a dime and ended up cashing out for plus 225.
Take it. A win's a win.
A win is a win. It's one of those spots where I kind of stayed 30 minutes too long. I already intended to leave, and then I was like, oh, I'll stay another half.
That's when it always happens. I'll play one more orbit.
Yeah. Insta stacked.
Pocket jacks in the muck here for Brian. Will D got 14 outs up top. Misses all of them. Curtis gets the check mark with ace, queen, aces and 4s with a cue ball. Slim Jim in the chat says, what's up to the guys in the booth? What's up, man? Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Will D going to try to buy it here. I don't think it's going to work. Curtis's hand a little too strong. Will D might be a little misled because Curtis just called pre-flop. It's easy to think he might have some missed club draws. Will D's going to barrel. Curtis's hand's pretty strong. 2-pair with a queen. EAI says Jacksonville Duval. What's up? I like that. I went to the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp game last night, and the Duval chant was alive and well. Every time they started screaming Duval, the Jumbo Shrimp hit a double. Curtis does make the call, and he's going to be good for a $400 profit there. Wow, there was $887 in the middle of that pot. Big pot. Will D hoping Curtis has a missed flush draw. Maybe some kind of combo draw type hand that doesn't get there, goes in the muck. Slim Jim, a little clarification. I am not Fam's cousin. No relation to Johnny Pham. Johnny Pham said he wasn't sure. He said it was entirely possible. He says he's got a big family, he's from the area, and they all dress exactly like you. He said he could not confirm, but it was possible. Michael Irvin says, are we coming to Orange Park tonight? Ooh, our presence has been requested. Was it because you heard Johnny tell the story about how he played jacks against the under-the-gun limp? You got to get us in the game. I don't know if I will. Johnny might. I think I'll probably play tomorrow. And then I'll definitely be there Saturday for the $400 GoPro. That's one of my favorite tournaments that we run.
20, 27.
So you'll catch me there on Saturday for sure. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, Strawman in the chat. What's up? What's up? Mr. Bill picks up pocket aces, makes it 20 to go. Dennis calls right next door with the queen 4 offsuit. Will D calls with the 3-4 offsuit. Barbecue Killer in the chat. What's up, man?
Oh yeah, Slim Jim, that's my cousin, dude. No, you can't. No, we're all coming from Cali, the Bay Area. Of course, you're my cousin.
I told him that you could not confirm. You had a big family, and you weren't sure one way or the other.
San Jose.
50 on the 7.
Mr. Bill getting after it here with 2 aces on the paired 2-tone board. Gets through both players. Mr. Bill makes it look pretty easy to play aces there. Barbecue Killer said he had a good weekend. I know you stayed through through Labor Day. Hopefully it was profitable. More importantly, hopefully it was fun. Games are always good here, man. Games are always good at Best Bet Jacksonville. I say it all the time. We have the best games consistently.
Yeah, the 5-5 game at Orange Park was pretty good. Had 2 games, and both of them were excellent. Miss Deb was in the game. Scott was in the game. Scott actually bluffed me out on the huge hand.
Nice.
And it was hilarious. Ace Queen, top pair, top gear, flush draw. He's got pocket 10s. I make it 50, 4-way lip, and then I make it huge, and he raises where he leaves like 200 behind, which like bewildered me. So I was like, I think you gotta definitely have to have a set here. So I ended up folding, and he has pocket 10s.
Got him.
So he got me on the bluff. AJ got me on the lipped aces.
That's why everyone's trying to get you to go over there and play tonight.
I know, man.
They hear you telling all these hand histories. They're trying to get you in the game. Looks like Will D is going to open up the suited connectors here. 7-6 of clubs. Take it to 20. Get called by Dennis. Get called by James as pocket 9s. Gets called by, okay, this is where I'm getting confused. There's Will and there's Will D. I see what's happening here.
Yeah,
so Will opens the suited connectors and flops the open ender.
50 from 4.
Yeah, it's like, right, Slim Jim. Bay 101 original. Actually, was my first casino jobs was working at Bay 101. And then Matrix was Garden City before they became the Matrix, so I was there that long ago.
So it looks like James has two of Will's blockers here. Will needs to bink a 9 or a 4 right? A 4 or a 9. Curtis blocks one of them. James blocks 2 of them.
110.
I think Will gets that one through.
AJ Butler, we do not have a shortage of PLO games here.
Yeah, AJ, we run 5-5 PLO just about every day, which is a $300 min, but it has tendency to play really, really big. It's still a really good game. But lately, every day, we've had a 1-2, at least one, sometimes 2 tables of 1-2 PLO, and the action's been insane.
Call from the 75 from the 9. Call from the 8. We are head.
Looks like James makes it 75 here with the King 10 suited.
Check 8. $60 from the 9. Fold 8.
Looks like James double barrels, gets that one through. Gets Dennis to fold the best hand with the ace-9 offsuit. Barbecue Killer, I see you, man. Nice job. Nice, nice to book a little win on a holiday weekend.
$20 from the 9.
The 9-7 suited here for Dennis. Surprisingly goes in the muck. That surprises me a little bit. Strawman says call him Red Will. Okay, that makes a little more sense.
Check from the 4.
The 9-5 suited gets checked from seat 4 Will. Red Will out of the big. Ace 4 in the lead.
$25.
Zach Caleb in the chat. What's up, buddy? Yeah, AJ Butler, we got a 1-2 PLO high that goes just about every day. We've been getting 2 tables of it. It's spicy. The action's pretty crazy. If you're a PLO guy, you'll like that one. Zach Caleb playing 2-5 Monday, involved in a hand that I've never seen before. I have 8-8 in the small blind. Call it $25 bet. Flop comes 10-8 jack. Long story short, 3 of us to flop. All 3 of you hit a set. Man, that's crazy. We've seen that one time on the live stream table. All 3 players in the hand flop a set. It was aces,
45.
queens, and 10s. All 3 players flopped a set in a 3-bet pot. It was pretty wild.
How's there no bad beat there? How?
Right?
Bad beat? Come on. We need a bad beat on the live stream.
You know, I dealt for a pretty long time, and I never even dealt a hand like that. I never dealt set over set over set.
Say that again, sir. What qualifies as a full house? Full house or better?
Barbecue Killer says, I almost have the bankroll set up to start playing 2-5, so looking forward to moving up. Yeah, it's a big adjustment going from 2-2 to 2-5, but if you're savvy and you're smart, it's you can navigate it. It's going to be tricky at first. There's going to be some small nuance type things that you're not going to foresee, but you can adapt. The biggest thing is just like deeper SPRs. Like when you play 2-2 no limit or 1-2 no limit, starting with a 100 big blind stack, and you have to open to like 6 and 8x just to generate some folds, it creates a bunch of really shallow SPR spots, especially when the pots start going multi-way. In 2-5, you start playing a lot more heads up or 3-way pots. You don't raise quite as much, so the SPRs are a lot bigger. That was one of the biggest things I noticed when I moved up.
Check 8. Check 2.
And so ultimately that affects, you know, all of your ranges.
75.
Shane says played a flush over flush hand yesterday. That's pretty sick. I had a dealer tell me one time he dealt 4 flushes in a single hand. I had to do the math multiple times, but it checks out. It's only 11 cards.
I've seen a hand where it was a straight flush over full house.
Ew. Ew, ew.
So it was a bad beat, but the guy who had the, no, I'm sorry, it was straight flush over quads.
Ew.
My bad. And it was definitely good for the bad beat. For the guy who had who had the middle straight flush,
It's up to you.
meh, meh,
It's up, you can have
because you only got the table share.
Why wouldn't the quads get the table share?
If the quads it wins the bigger portion of the bad
bigger
beat.
end of the bad beat. Yeah, okay. Sure. Oh, man, that's crazy.
got a black chip all the way in the back.
Shane says got stacked in the flush over. You know, you can't always win 18 sessions in a row, buddy. You got to give some of it back. Nobody's going to want to play with you.
Hole 1.
Zach says it was absolutely disgusting. Sure, I get it. That board's so coordinated, though. I think at least somebody in the hand can find a fold. Probably the 8s, maybe, could find a fold in that spot. It's pretty gross.
Fold 7.
Blake's sizing for ace king are huge.
Going big.
This is the second time he's done this, and do you think he's overplaying ace king? We'll see. We'll see post flop. Did Mr. Bill just call off? No, that's Dennis.
This Dennis guy's wild. I like him. He says, I has pocket pair. I cannot fold.
30 left.
I think Dennis, if he doesn't leave that much money behind, he should have just shipped it all in.
All right, well, heads up.
Got about, yeah, got about 130 back. 140 it looks like. All right, ace king versus pocket trays.
Threes are in the lead.
Oh man, but he can get counterfeits so hard.
All in.
I mean, Dennis folds here. Why did you even call threes here?
Yeah, hard to give him a 9 in a 3-bet pot, especially when he takes that sizing.
9 or a 7. I don't think you're scared of as an overpair, but I mean, why play in that spot? You should just shift it all in.
The worst in this spot is to make the correct call and then get counterfeit when a 7 rolls off on the turn. Put the guy on ace king, make the correct call, only to get counterfeit.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. Remember, in 2 weeks from now, we're gonna do our Summer Sizzler.
Nice.
$1,500 buy-in, 2-day event. 1 day on Saturday, plays all the way through the final table, which will be Sunday. $1,500 buy-in, 25K starting stack, playing 30-minute blind levels. First place for that event was $42,000.
Wow, 42K up top. We'll bring back the final 8, stick them right here on the live stream table. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, definitely a bankroll builder. You can get in, pretty much free roll yourself in. Just gotta play some cash games, hit that high hand, or buy a high hand. Hit a Sadie seat for a $280 buy-in, get you into the $1,500.
I love that.
Fold from 9.
Dennis taking a weird line to go all in for Jack 10, but he's
Now
gonna get
Dennis is
through.
going to get it in with the Jack 10 offsuit one time. Pick up a couple big blinds.
You do not post links in my chat, sir.
Zach said he did find the fold in the Jack 10-8 hand. Nice fold. A lot of players can't make that fold. Only had 100 invested. Kudos to you. It's never fun to fold a set. Never fun to fold a set.
I don't know where you is. You want me to call him and tell you say come up here?
7-5 suited for Brian. Little suited gapper here. He's got 570 back. Going to come in for 20.
20 from the 3.
He said he was going. I was over
Right,
here.
right, right.
Shane said check the 9 high flush on the turn.
From the 7. So you're in.
Jack high flush bet. Queen high flush called. I jammed. Jack high tank called. Queen eye flush folded. Wow, what a sick one. What a sick one.
75.
Pocket queens here from Mr. Bill. Not quite deep enough to play that hand against Mr. Bill. If Brian had more chips, I'd be fine with a call there. Not quite deep enough. Mr. Bill made it 75 there. Brian calls and makes like a weird SPR of like 3.5 or 4.
Okay, okay. I still want to see it. She probably don't remember me. She said I look like a
Strawman says at 2-2, I have to make a bigger raise pre-flop to fold out the junk. Sure, I totally agree. That also creates some weird stack issues on future streets. So you have to adjust your ranges accordingly pre-flop. Which basically means you have to play absurdly tight, which is not very fun. Ace-4 flops top pair here for Dennis. In position on the button. Mr. Bill drawing pretty thin. He's going to need perfect here for straight cards. Mr. Bill bet. Got jammed on by Dennis. Mr. Bill can't call here. He needs perfect. Got 5% equity.
So I'm getting up for that?
EAI says, remember Sizzler Steakhouse? Yeah, that's what we named our tournament series after.
Because we go into Sizzler. We go into Sizzler. What was our promotion? The bottomless shrimp.
You too.
You guys make sure to check back in Friday night. Come hang out with us. We'll be streaming 2-5 No Limit Deep Stack Cash once again. I like the 2-5 Deep Stacks. I think they play pretty well. The 2-2s play pretty crazy, which is awesome. The 2-5s, they play a little tighter, a little more conservative,
35
but they're still fun. Every once in a while, you still see some splashy action. Like this Dennis guy, man. He's splashy action. I like him.
3, we are heads up.
Wow, just top set here for Blake. Brian gets a piece of it.
3.
He might be able to call one street here. Oh, Blake checks it back. Go for a little value there, man.
Check 3. 35.
Let's get a little value now. See able to put Brian to put another $35 in there. Can you go thin?
100.
Blake goes 2/3 now. Brian can't beat much. Gonna have to fold. Blake did get an extra street of value out of him, though. Kyle says, go James. Okay, all right.
Straddle on the button.
Looks like a button straddle out of Will D this hand. Makes it 10 to go. Action's going to start with Curtis there in the 2 seat. In the muck. Queen 3 suited. Oh, pocket kings for Brian in the straddle. Don't do it. Don't limp. Oh, man, the limp with the kings.
Well, he's got will to put a $50 raise here, so he's definitely going to be doing the old man trapper move.
The old man trapper move. Man, we see it at least once a week on the stream. Sometimes more. Oh, he just flats the 50. This is how you get stung.
Oh, no. Ace in the window and a spade drop for Will.
Yeah, if he
50 from the 4.
is he just gonna muck the kings?
I mean, you can see another card. Spade gets you some outs. You can hit a king.
Yeah, you got the nut spade draw. You still have some backdoor straight outs. You can't go crazy, but you can peel one. Oh, he goes crazy.
He is ahead, though.
Yeah, he's ahead, but he's got a big sweat, and there's like really no good turn cards.
Oh, and a re-raise from Will. Tough call for Brian now.
Oh, man.
575.
He only has 310 behind.
Man, is Brian going to stack off here with 2 kings on the ace-high board after the limp call? This is a weird one. Barbecue Killer says never limp, king, king, or ace, ace. Tough spot for Brian. I think he's going to make the fold. Oh, he does make the fold. Gross. That's what happens, man. When you play like that, you just get punished. You just set yourself up to get punished. It's tough in that spot because effectively what you do when you don't 4-bet or when you don't 3-bet in that spot is you're just playing against an uncapped range, you know? Tough spot for Brian. Gets the second best starting hand in Hold'em. Tries to get tricky with it and gets totally punished.
How not to play kings.
Gets totally punished. Nice move by Will there in the 4 seed. Said, let's gamble with the flush draw. I think it's coming.
Down to you two, gentlemen.
Yeah, Brian was playing so shallow anyway, so might as well just get it in. Would have been fine.
Will also has a massive range and nut advantage on that board because Brian let him stay uncapped by not 3-betting. That was kind of a wild hand. Justin Miner says the Phil Hellmuth school of self-trapping. Yeah, get caught in your own trap, your own snare. Ugh, that was a gross one. I didn't like that one. We've said it before. I think that move was in Super Systems 2. I think Doyle said came up with the limp re-raise in Super Systems 2 when they were playing Limit Hold'em. Ace, Queen, 8, Rainbow. Brian gets a shot at it in position with a queen. 2 players in the hand with an 8. Both of them going to peel.
15 from 3. Fold 1. Good. Straddle on the button.
Button straddle here out of Will. Trying to juice it up a little bit. Shane says Will's a great player. Always keeps him on his toes. Yeah, he's been on the stream a bunch. I think he's solid. I like that move right there. Just gamble for it.
Straddle, 10 to play.
Puts the other player in a tough spot there.
35 from the 9.
Ace-5 offsuit for Curtis. Looks like James makes it 35 to go with the 7-6 suited.
80 to play.
Brian's going to put in a big raise here. Makes it 80 to go.
Call from the 9. Heads up.
James makes the call with the suited connector. Is going to try to outflop Brian. Wow, look at this. Brian cannot catch a break. Big flop for James. Calls the 3-bet with the 7-6 suited. Oh, man.
Bad timing.
Dream
no pair,
scenario.
No draw. Ships it in. Running pretty thin here, and he's running aces or running jacks.
Says, if you got pocket tens, man, just come and get it. No, man, he doesn't have a heart either.
Yeah, I think it would have got in anyway.
Wow, 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 wow. Nice hand from James. Makes the call in the 3-bet pot with the suited connectors. Flops gin. He actually turned some equity with his hand. He turned a straight draw that he didn't even need. Nice pot there for James. Scoops a big one. Ryan just running into it. Gets one of the worst flops for kings. Gets one of the worst flops for ace-jack offsuit. Gets smashed both times. Got a couple of James sweaters in the chat. You guys, I'm sure you guys like that move. This time Brian just going to limp the ace-5 offsuit. Will's going to get in there with the queen-10 off. Makes it 25 to go. Looks like he gets through most of the field here.
Call from the 3, we are heads up.
Brian with the limp call and out flops him.
25 from the 4. Raise to 50.
Brian's going to try it again. The limp raise. I got a feeling these guys, it's going to be a grudge match. These guys are going to play back and forth at each other all night. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. With Brian's range being so high, as well as Will too. Will is a little more of an aggro player, so I see Brian going to be limping a lot. Rolling Will.
Will did make the call here, trying to turn some Broadway outs. Brian actually turned wheel outs there.
Good.
Brian does get a little bit back from Will.
Straddle on the 1.
Thanks for sticking around, guys. 2-5, no limit, deep stack cash. Myself and Johnny Pham in the box. Day 1 of our triple header.
-50.
Hold on before you go. Hold up before you go.
Call from the 8. And call 9. 3 players. Check 8. Check 9. 75 from the 1.
Will D's going to get in there with the king jack, makes it 75. Looks like it's going to get through. James folds the jack 10. Nice move by Will D.
You better walk out. You better switch.
Thank you.
You guys can hear the list attendant there just firing them down. It's high hand time. Time to get busy here at Best Bet Jacksonville. We do have a little bit of a list for this game if anybody's interested in playing a little 2-5 no limit deep stack cash action. You can still get down here, get on the list, get in the game before the end of the night. These games have been going longer than the stream recently. These guys have been playing late night. I'm all for it. Curtis with the 7-6 offsuit under the gun. Puts it in the muck. The Jack 7 offsuit is a fold. 9-10 suited for Blake here in the 6th seat. He does come in for a raise, makes it 4x, makes it 20 to go. Richard Lewis, I don't have access to the list from the booth, but when you get here, you can throw your name on the list for sure. I can only view the list. I can't edit the list. King, queen offsuit here for Brian under the gun. Make it a raise. Make it a raise. Makes it 15. Ace 9 suited here for Blake. He's going to make the call. 2 10s for Dennis. He's going to come in for the min click off of the short stack. This is an interesting move. The min click off the short stack. I'm really anxious to see what happens when an overcard peels off. If like a jack or an ace or something peels off, is he going to put in his last 100 back? Pretty safe flop there for 2 10s. 3, 4, 5, two-tone.
Check through, Billy.
Wow, he checks that flop. Wow. And the
Ace
wheel,
there.
the wheel just peels off on the turn. That also brings the 6 high straight. Man, Blake's just going to get after it with the bottom end of the wheel.
All the chips.
And now Dennis is going to get it in, drawing dead. This is such a weird play. I guess he's not drawing dead. I guess he can chop. He's going to need an ace or a 6. Wow, this is a gross spot for Dennis. Nope. Can't get there for the chop. Wow, Blake binks the 4 outer for the wheel. That sucks. I like Dennis. I like Dennis. Keep him in the game. Dennis going to be the first one to hit the rail tonight. Strange way to play 10s. I'm not entirely sure that Blake would have called a flop bet there. Dennis had about a pot-sized bet behind. I'm not sure Blake would have called with just the gut shot and the overcards.
Yeah, I don't know why he was checking on that flop, really.
That was very strange. But he's got plenty of time to think about it now from the rail. Timothy says splat. Yeah, he got splatted.
Bring me the rest of your black.
Looks like we're picking up a new player here in the 8 seat. I don't think I know this guy. Hopefully he came to gamble and play. Hopefully he came to gamble as hard as Dennis did.
And bring me your black.
Daniel says some people just chase. It wasn't so much about the chase; it was more about the check. The check was kind of weird with one pot-sized bet behind. That's what was confusing about the play.
All of them. That'll work.
It was almost like he min-clicked it to set himself up to jam any flop, and then he got one of the safest flops and didn't jam it. There's 100 in the middle. He had about 100 back. He checked it. So Blake catches up there, makes the wheel, and stacks Dennis. Ace deuce now of spades for Blake. Looks like I think he's going to come in for a raise here. He does. He makes it 35 in the straddle pot. Daniel says he thinks that Blake would have called with the gut shot and 2 overs. Possible. It's possible. Will D's going to put the 8-4 off in the muck. James makes the call. King 8 of diamonds from the cutoff, and we are heads up to the flop. Ace deuce jumps out in front. Jack queen 6 board. Now the ace is way out in front. James only has 3 outs. As you can see, the ones that are shaded up top have been folded by the field. Now James going to lead out. James going to lead out with king high and take it down.
Straddle on the button. Ready to go out there for that? The 40K guarantee? What did these units do?
Button straddle out of Curtis this hand.
We'll begin on the 3 seat. That's going to be you, sir.
I'm here for it.
Call.
King Jack here for Brian, coming in for the limp. Will's going to limp in with the 9-8 of diamonds. Mr. Bill's going to limp the pocket 4s.
Fold in the 9.
Looks like new guy Troy going to limp in with the suited 8 tray. Lil D's going to get out of the way. Curtis is going to call. Oh, he's going to check his option with the 7 deuce suited and just flop 2 pair. Lil D's got a diamond draw here. Decides to check it.
Oh, 25 from the 7.
Oh, wow, I didn't even realize Mr. Bill flopped middle set here. Top 2 versus middle set versus a diamond draw.
Hello, we got an action flop here, boys and girls.
Mr. Bill leads out. Gets raised by Curtis's 2 pair. Mr. Bill says, I'm going to bet this set, and he does.
I'm surprised Will folded that flush draw there.
I am too. He's getting a pretty good price. I guess he didn't like that Mr. Bill could come back over the top. A valid concern.
110.
All right, Mr. Bill should be stepping on that raise button now.
Raise.
Wow, Mr. Bill pulls out all the greens here.
360.
360, back at him. Hard for Curtis to put him on a hand. It's hard for him to have a set of deuces, hard for him to have a set of 7s. He can only have a set of 4s, maybe some weird combo draws.
It's going to be really difficult for Curtis to fold 2 pair here.
It's going to be very hard to fold. You could give him all the over pairs, I guess. But does he do this with pocket 8s when a 9 comes on the turn?
Well, he does understand this is going to be for all of his chips, not just going to be calling off and then. Oh, he does get away from it. Look at that.
Wow, wow, wow. What a fold.
Curtis saving himself $641, not calling the rest of his money off. Definitely behind with 1 out to go.
Straddle on button, Billy.
What a big fold there from Curtis. Folds top and bottom pair from the flop.
Can you see the tennis now? What
Mr. Bill with a big flop there. Flops middle set, while another player flops 2 pair. Button straddle out of Brian this hand. Will's going to get rid of the jack tray off. Blake's going to get rid of the queen 10 offsuit. Mr. Bill's still stacking up those chips.
Got a straddle on the button. It's going to be 10 to play. Yeah, no one ever
Mr. Bill is going to have another hand here. Ace, queen.
And if he wins this US Open, he now passes him for the most
T Mattress says he thinks he saw Will at the lodge. It's probably possible. I would imagine Will probably travels a little bit.
the legend of Roger Federer.
Ace queen for Mr. Bill. He's going to get after it. Makes it 30 to go here.
sounds like he's gonna call 9.
New guy Troy's going to call with the 9-8 offsuit. James is in there with pocket 5s trying to set mine one time. Going to try to use Mr. Bill's trick against him. Just flop middle set.
4 players.
Can't do it. Ace queen.
One of the most perfect flops for ace queen.
Yeah, ace queen way out front for Mr. Bill. Mr. Bill just running pretty good tonight. EAI says when James isn't playing poker, he's an excellent male flight attendant. Shout out to that. David Burhan's in the chat. Good evening. Thanks for tuning in. Masks are actually there. We are back in the masks. Masks mandates for both of our properties. All players, all staff, got to get masked up if you want to play poker in Jacksonville, Florida. We tried to go maskless for a little while, and it just didn't quite work out. So everyone had to go back in the masks.
So now I'm just talking to myself and I do like that. I feel like I'm crazy. 30.
So yeah, masks are mandatory at both properties for the foreseeable future.
You don't want to be key a car, blow up, and burn.
But like we talked about earlier, as of what, 2 days ago, they're now optional at the World Series of Poker, which is bizarre.
Yeah, that was a big surprise to me. I thought it was going to be required to wear everywhere to wear masks.
I guess it has something to do with the way that the mandate is written in the city of Las Vegas, was my understanding. Jack 6 in the lead here. Troy's got a little bit of equity. Got to pick up a queen here on the river to win. I guess he could win with a king also. Yeah, I got 7 outs, 127 in the middle. Not going to chase. Maybe he's thinking about it. Thinking about it. Does make the call. Okay, Troy. Jackson 6s now for Curtis. 2-pair again. David says mandates are good for everyone. They can be annoying. Yeah, but you know, if all I got to do to do my part is just wear a mask, man, I'm in. I don't mind. Yeah, I was a little surprised to hear that the WSOP went mask optional as well. But, you know, I'll still wear my mask out there. Johnny, you're probably familiar about this. We talked about the Rio flu a little earlier.
What's that?
That's a real thing where everyone gets sick. Everyone that works the entire series at one point or another gets sick.
I don't know, I feel like I've worked in the poker room for so long that I built up every single antibody that can be even possible of getting from a poker room.
Under the gun strato, Billy.
Whatever you guys do, whatever you guys choose to go, whatever you choose to play, I just hope you're safe. Make good decisions. There's like a lot of like an older crowd that plays the WSOP events too. You know, that's a little scary
Yeah, it's very scary.
for those guys. I understand they have to be vaccinated, but still. Final table says WSOP is more like a poker convention. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. It's like a poker party. We call it summer camp.
Remember that earthquake that pretty much took out all of the high rollers and big-time poker players that were in the Rio at the time. There was a giant earthquake that hit during the series.
I remember that.
We were,
The chandeliers were all shaking.
Oh, everything was shaking. I was in the room and I saw the building sway and I was freaking out.
Oh, you were like in the hotel room,
Yeah,
which was like way up at the top.
and we were having aftershocks, which worried me even more.
Jimbo Jones says it's going to be a low turnout. I think it'll be smaller than usual, but I think it'll be fine. I think it'll still be busy. I think the events will still crush. There's enough stuff going on at the other properties. You know, every property is running a series. There will be no shortage of poker action in Las Vegas. If you don't want to get vaccinated, it's easy, man. Don't play the WSOP events. There's going to be every other property around town is going to have a series.
A little something for everyone, for sure. But definitely some money to be made. for the entire fall season.
Raise 95. Call him the one.
James with the 3-bet here. King 10 offsuit from the small blind.
So take that, Matt. And then take
Wildy's going to set mine with pocket 4s. Looks like Troy's going to come along with the suited gappers. All 3 players reasonably deep. A pair for everybody. You get a pair. You get a pair. You get a pair.
1 1/4.
Looks like James leads out into the field. He's got massive range and nut advantage on this board. Gets through both players. David says the new dealers are not the best at the WSOP. A lot of those guys are just traveling dealers, you know. They're just
Well, there are some
They'll
too
hire
that
anybody.
are, that are day one poker dealers too. So it's sometimes it can get a little rough, but like anything, you just gotta be able to manage it through. Sometimes help them out, make sure they're not making any mistakes. Trying to give them too much of a hard time. They do get better. Nice flop for Jacks here for Blake.
8, 9, 10, big open ender. Curtis has the gut shot, but he's going to need one of the remaining 2 jacks.
Looks like Curtis will be looking for those 2 overs. Oh, the queen will not be a good card for him. Third heart might slow up the action here, but here comes Troy. Gonna lead out with a bet of 60 to go. Too good of a price for Blake. He's gonna go ahead and call this bet. If I was Blake, I'd probably be going check call mode.
TV taken care of.
Pocket jacks, good. Managed to fade everything. Take down a nice 50 big blind pot. Jimbo, that's a sentiment I semi-agree with. They did kind of water down the brand, making it a little less exclusive with all the online events, the series, and the ring events. It's supposed to be about the bracelets, man. It's just about being in Vegas, you know, like we said, there's going to be a ton of action everywhere. It's just about being in Vegas during the series. It's not necessarily about being at the Rio. Looks like Troy comes in for the 3-bet here with 2 9s. Makes it 110. I like it. Well, guys, like we said, if you're going to be in Vegas during the series, let us know. Let us know where you're going to be, what you're going to play. I'm going to try to play the last day of the reunion, and then I'll probably play some of the events at the Nugget and the Aria.
I like how you're completely quiet.
You might need to be in a spot where like you're gonna have somebody buy in for you. You're gonna come that late.
Yeah, he's like,
That might be tough. Do you think that's allowed?
20 from the 9.
Logistically, that thing's going to be insane. The reunion tournament.
Oh yeah. I played the Big 50, and that was probably the biggest. Wouldn't say shit show because there was a lot going on as far as entrance and the logistics of how to get. What was the field like?
I'm glad
I mean, how many thousands of players entered that tournament? Huh?
you got it.
27,000 entrants.
Soften them up a little bit.
Billy is the best. I am simply just a substitute.
Jimbo, I'm going to be out there for a week at the beginning. I might go back at the end. I don't know yet.
Mr. Bill's feeling good.
If I have any friends or we have any locals that run really deep in the main, I might go out for a, you know,
A super sweat.
yeah, like a day 4 or day 5 sweat, you know, in the main.
Yeah, if you'd never ever railed the final table at WSOP, I highly recommend it. Not 27,000 there, Dustin. There are a total of 44,576 entries.
No, is that right?
Yep.
44,000 entries in the Big 50?
Wait a minute, that doesn't look right. 2020. No, that was an online Big 50. My bad.
You still have your what?
My drink, I never ordered it.
Oh, she just came out.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, she
No, actually, you were right. 2019 total entries 28,371.
That's insane. And my man Johnny got what, 350, somewhere in that range?
Yeah, I went pretty deep. I went through late day 3. I still had to navigate about a day and a half to get to the final table.
Billy scrambled. He said he wants the Rays game.
So that was the official biggest ever poker tournament with total amount of entrants.
Yeah, how sick is that? What a great idea. And logistically, they made it work. I never would have thought that tournament would go with that many players. I don't even think they expected it.
I mean,
heard they had to borrow chips. I heard it was...
Yeah, there were actually 3 different sets of chips in that tournament, which was crazy. Yeah, 3 different colored 5K chips, 1K chips, 25K chips.
60 from the 3.
I've never seen that happen in a tournament before.
Yeah, they're in the back. That's where we normally go from.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. You got the biggest tournament in history. You gotta figure things out on the fly.
Looks like Brian with an open raise to 60 with the 9-8 offsuit. It gets called in 4 spots. Juicy game.
Jimbo, the reunion is pretty much the same structure as the Big 50. It's just an opening event that they're trying to brand. So whether they call it the Big 50, which was the 50th anniversary of the WSOP in 2019, the reunion is kind of like, you know, the return of the WSOP because you missed out on 2020.
Brian picks up a nice pot there after opening the 12X with 9-8 offsuit. Actually flops the best hand and gets through the field. That never happens. Yeah, the Big 50 is probably going to be the biggest live tournament of, the reunion, probably going to be the biggest live tournament of the year. It's going to be insane value. It's a $500 buy-in, bracelet event, $5 million guaranteed.
Just be prepared to, if you're not registering early, to be standing in a couple of lines. Because it's not like you can walk into the venue, buy in, and sit down. You're going to have to wait in a few lines, followed by a couple more lines. And when you finally get in, hopefully you stay in, but if you actually need to go buzz, that line is get even bigger. I think there are a total of maybe 1,000 alternates that were just still waiting for seats, and they weren't able to get in maybe until like 5 or 6 hours after the tournament had started.
That is my absolute poker nightmare.
Curtis got the open ender. Troy in the lead with the pair of fours. Not going to get there for Curtis. Curtis can only bet here if he wants to
110.
get this pot. And look like Troy, look at that.
Call.
Gonna hero call $110 and scoop this pot down.
Missing a river card here. There it is. Wow. Troy makes a call with the ace on the river. And he's good. Nice call out of Troy. Takes down a nice pot.
Say what? But listen, no, he bet a lot on the end. Oh, I said the bet made me think that he was.
There's also a, if anybody watching is from the industry, there's the casino employees event, usually the opening event every year. That's a really fun one, a little bit of a wild field. I won't be able to make it this year.
You got to straddle under the gun.
Yeah, Jimbo, unfortunately we did have to reschedule the World Poker Tour. We were supposed to have it last month. But now it is rescheduled and will be coming back in the foreseeable future. But we are currently working out the details. Very unfortunate that we had to reschedule that, but with the nature of what's going on here in Florida, I support the call of pushing you up until a little later.
Folding the one. Throughway action.
All right, we got 3 players to the flop. Ace 9, King 10, and 6-4. Ace 9 in the lead here. Picks up a little bit of a flush draw. Yeah, we don't have the dates negotiated yet for the reschedule, but it'll be back. We've been working with the WPT for, what, 15 years now? 12 years, something like that?
Yeah, I think well past the time I've been here.
Yeah. James leads out with the 9-high flush draw and takes it down. Gets through the rest of the field.
Yeah, Jimbo, currently we are kind of on pause for any upcoming series. Not really good time to do them, especially with the WSOP that's approaching. We are going to be placing a lot of big promotions here for the fall into the winter. Christmas, 12 Days of Christmas in December is a huge promotion, so doubtfully that will put a series in there. So effectively, I think we might put in our own little series in January. That's when I think that will happen.
Yeah, it's tough to try to plan a series with so many people traveling for the WSOP. Maybe late November, if not maybe January.
Yeah, I don't see November happening either. So again, a small best bet house series in January and maybe an appearance for World Poker Tour maybe in March if things do change.
From the 9.
You guys can always check the website, bestbetjacks.com, for all the updates, the tournament schedules, the high hand promotions, all the links, including the links to the live stream schedule. You can request a seat, come jump in a game. September schedule is up. We got a few seats left this month. And then you're going to have to wait till October to get in one of these games. And who wants to do that? Lucky 1729 says James Katz the killer. We got a little James fan club in the chat. I'm here for it. Ace Queen offsuit, raise from Blake, makes it 20 to go. Gets called by Jack 7 suited. And some mystery cards out of Troy. Blake checks this one. Mr. Bill's going to get after it with bottom pair. Mr. Bill in there with the Jack 7 suited. bets. Bottom pair on the flop. Looks like Blake's going to make the call. Oh,
And
wow.
look at that.
That card is really good for Mr. Bill. It also gives Blake a straight draw here. Mr. Bill going to do the old Hollywood check back. Board gets a little more dynamic. This one might get through. Looks like 110 into 175. That's going to do it. Blake's going to get out of the way. Mr. Bill takes down another one. Mr. Bill's the silent assassin, just silently taking down pots and stacking chips. I like it.
Straddle on the button.
Tyler, I'm not sure what you're asking. 2-2 no limit tournament, not a thing. Got 2-2 no limit cash every single day.
Talking about 2-2 live streams, we'll have a couple more scheduled here for the month of September.
Check more than 3 players. Check 3. Check 8. And check 1.
Will's going to pick up an ace here.
Check 3. Check 8. 25 from 1. Fold from 3. Fold 8.
All right, Tyler, I will drop in some links for you all to see what is going on here at Best Bets. Always go to our website, bestbetjacks.com, for all things poker related, promotions, tournaments, live stream schedules. All right, here's the link for our live stream schedule, everyone. So next live stream will be Friday 2-5.
Friday night, 2-5, deep stack cash game action. Me and Johnny Pham back in the booth, right?
Oh yeah.
Friday night party.
And then we get a big game here on the 17th, Friday, 5-10 Hold'em. Our next 2-2 game will be on Wednesday, the 15th, which will be exactly next week.
Heads up. Check 4. 25.
Those 2-2 games get a little wild sometimes. Looks like Will D is going to lead out with the best hand here, ace-10 offsuit, and get Will to fold the king-4 suited. Easy game. We will live stream the final table of the September Sizzler, the 1500. That'll be a good one. I miss streaming a lot of tournament final tables. We used to stream 2 or 3 of them a month. Now we're lucky if we can get one in there. Mr. Bill looking down at king, queen offsuit. Got 1,500 back.
15 from 7.
Mr. Bill going to come in for a little bit of a small size here. Under the gun, going to make it 15. Troy, you got to get those cards in the box, man.
45 from 8. 49. 7.
There we go. Troy's in there with the queen 10 suited one time. With the 3-bet, makes it 45 to go.
Check 7.
Flops a big club draw.
105 from 8.
Goes big. Bets over the pot. Gets a fold out of Mr. Bill. Nice hand there from Troy. Takes down a big pot.
Straddle on the button.
You can have it saddle now.
If you wanted it, you could.
Try to convince
AJ Trigger in the chat. What's up, buddy? Exclamation. Easy game. Easy game. Just over bet the pot with the flush draw, take it down. Thanks for sticking around and watching, guys. We're playing 2-5, no limit. We'll drop some stats for you guys shortly. We're about an hour and a half into tonight's live stream game. Looks like a straddle pot here. Will D's going to get in there with the 2-3 of clubs. Brian's going to limp the 8-6 off.
210 on the 6.
Will's going to try to steal some dead money out there. Ooh, Blake with the real steal here makes it 210 with Queen Jack of diamonds. I like this move out of Blake. It's like he knows that Will is going for the squeeze, so he's going to re-squeeze. Doing it out of position makes his hand look super strong. Nice play out of Blake. Going to take down a nice pot without ever having to see a flop. That's always a good feeling. Am I right, Johnny fan?
Oh, yeah. Making the right read, the right move.
Right read, right move, right
Taking
time.
some dead money.
Straddle in the 9 suit.
Picks up the dead money for a nice, easy pot. No sweat.
Fold 1. Fold 3. Fold
Doing a little juju with the cards there.
6.
Blake running pretty pure so far in this live stream. I don't know if I've seen him lose a hand yet. He did fold to Mr. Bill with the ace queen hand. That's about it.
15 on 7.
Mr. Bill going to get after it here with bottom pair again. This is his strategy. I've seen him make this move like 3 times tonight. Somehow he hasn't run into it once. Somehow every time I make that move, I just run into it. They just always call 3 streets and they have top pair. Mr. Bill keeps getting one through. Strawman says Red Will can get a little predictable. I like watching Will play. I think he's a pretty good player.
Into play. Straddle. Call from 3. Fold 4. Fold 6. 30 on 7.
Mr. Bill's going to open up the Queen Jack offsuit over a limp from pocket deuces. Troy can't get those cards in that box, man.
75. To go. Fold 1.
Greg says he keeps getting dealt trash. Yeah, it makes it hard to win when you keep getting dealt trash, for sure.
Sometimes gotta make that trash like diamonds in the rough.
Sometimes you do.
Create some situations, try to pick up some pots, kind of outplay your players a little bit. You don't have to really necessarily win with the best hand. If you find opportunities to squeeze player out of pots, then definitely expand your game. But Mr. Bill here, open-ended. Troy with the pair of 9s, going to make it big. 2:05 to go. I don't think Mr. Bill is going to be folding here. 2 overs, open-ended. Let's play a big one.
That card might be a little bit of an action killer for Mr. Bill. Actually, I think it would be more of an action killer for Troy.
Well, Troy doesn't want anybody to call here.
Mr.
Oh,
Bill,
he is
Mr.
ahead.
Bill is not going to fold. Oh, wow.
That's a big bet. 400 to go.
Mr. Bill just cuts it out. Super cool.
Whoa, I love Mr. Bill. Let's go. Be interesting what Troy does here. River card is out. What is it? Absolute air. Troy is going to check. Mr. Bill has to bet here if he wants to take down this pot. Goes all in. Look at this move with queen high, putting Troy in a very, very tough spot. Troy barreled, barreled, and barreled. Currently has a winning hand, but definitely a hard bet to call here with just a pair of nines. Does make the fold. What a
Troy does not look happy about this fold.
I think in that spot, showing the bluff there would have sent Troy into full tilt mode. Do you ever like showing your big bluffs? Or you just put them in the muck?
Depends on the game. Sometimes it depends on the player in the hand. You know, if it's like somebody that's an ultra nit that I know that's gonna like just get them on raging tilt, I'll do it. Or if we're just like having a fun game, you know,
Yeah.
sometimes I'll do it.
600 behind the 8
Putting the alternates on tilt is my favorite poker pastime.
15, 23. Fold 4. Fold 6. 15 dollars. 15.
Still shaking from that last hand. You get so bad, you got. Look at that. I see that.
That was a big pot there from Mr. Bill. Mr. Bill pulled the trigger on the river with the open ender.
Yeah, I think if Troy was going to bet so huge there, he probably should have thrown another blocking bet out.
I don't know that it would have worked. It might have just cost him more money. Mr. Bill might have still just ripped it. Mr. Bill had a lot of chips. I think that's why it got through. Wild hand. Wild, wild hand. Mr. Bill's out of control.
Yeah, because I had to. But I put them on trips or
Mr. Bill takes down another one. Mr. Bill came to play. He said, give me all the chips. All right, we're about 2 hours in to our 2-5 no limit deep stack cash game. Take a look at the stats so far. Mr. Bill, no surprise after that hand, up the most. Wow, Troy. Oh, that's not accurate. Let's see the last player's stats also. Blake up a cool 1K so far in the game. Troy V picking the highest as the new player. Curtis ratcheted down to 17%. Mr. Bill right behind him at a cool 23%. Blake got a $2,300 stack. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Still a little early. Still got time to get crazy in this 2-5 no limit deep stack cash game.
At least give us stronger not playing any. He goes away and not plays any hands out a little bit.
Sean says he was in it so deep he should have called. Yeah, Troy put a lot of money in that hand to fold. He thought he was beat. I think he was folding to Mr. Bill's image instead of playing his hand. That was a big pot.
Mr. Bill's a player.
Mr. Bill came to play. Wild Bill.
Straddle, 10 to go. Straddle the cards off? That's it. Okay, let's play. Call from the 7. 40 from the 8. Fold 9. Fold 9. I'm going to be punished. Fold 7, fold it. Button dealer.
Jack's Joker in the chat. What's up, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. Miss seeing you around the night shift streets. I can't get over that play by Mr. Bill. What a maniac. I probably fold there too. You fold Troy's hand in that spot?
Oh, absolutely.
You kind of have to, right?
Oh, yeah. I don't know about putting $400 on the turn there.
As Mr. Bill or as Troy? Or both?
As Troy, and then checking river.
King Jack suited here for Blake. King Jack of diamonds. Gonna make it 20 to go.
You're almost even better just to like check turn, bet river in that spot.
You just turn your hand into a bluff catcher in that spot, I think.
Yeah. Well, it could have been a bluff catcher. Just couldn't have the stones to call off. Another $800.
Ooh. Jack's Joker, the game is pretty wild. We've seen some wild stuff tonight. Look at bottom set here for Will there in the 4 seat. Flops a set of 3s. Top pair for Curtis. Better top pair for Blake with some backup diamonds. Blake was the pre-flop raiser. 140 in the middle. Wow. Will trying to decide if he's going to go for the check raise here.
Oh, Brian picking up. Oh, sorry. Never mind. He's out of the hand. Well, with the check raise. This will definitely get through.
Will goes for the check raise. Bottom set makes it 325 to go. Goes roughly 4x out of position.
Yeah, spots like these, I think Blake definitely would put Curtis on some kind of weird club draw. Check raise behind, 2 players in front. You can't really put him on club draw either.
It is not fun to fold top pair.
Blake might decide to play this hand. He does have the stack to do it.
Yeah, but when you make this call, like what turn card are you hoping for that you can continue? Just diamonds? Diamonds and jacks? Those are the only turn cards that I would feel comfortable on.
Maybe some straight cards, I think, would work better.
It's important to think about the future streets. You know, when you just make the call with one pair, oh, that might be the worst card.
I think we're just probably going to go ahead and send it. No way is Will going to be pumping the brakes. He is going to be putting in a pot-sized bet here. Trying to get his money in as soon as possible. All in is announced. Very doubtful Blake will be folding here. He does have 4 outs though.
Great play out of Will. Basically fires a pot-sized bet into it. That's actually one of the best cards for Will. If Blake's in there with some kind of hand like a King X of clubs, if Blake has a hand exactly like what he has, he could have ace King of clubs. When you don't get snapped off, you have to feel incredible. Wow, 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 wow. Big pot, 2,700 in the middle, just like that.
Full double for Will.
Full double.
He's got a 2x buy-in. Sitting pretty almost at 3K.
Very hard to fold top 2 pair in that spot with 1 card to come.
It's a Wednesday night. Locking up.
It's a Wednesday night. We're playing 3K pots.
Gonna pick up an extra 1,500 for the week. Still have 2 more hours left of the stream. Let's go get it.
Blake kind of gets caught up there, can't get away from top two. That's what I'm saying there. Like, what turn card are you hoping for, and what turn cards are you folding? Can you ever fold when the king peels off there?
Or even when a diamond peels off?
Yeah, especially not if a diamond or a jack peels. Mr. Bill going to open it up to 35. Joy's going to raise to 80 here.
Looks like we're going to play this hand completely blind.
Mr. Bill's opening up king 6 of hearts under the gun. This game is officially getting close to off the rails. Joy's in there with the mystery cards. Gets through Brian, who just cold called the pre-flop 3-bet. Will still hasn't finished stacking up those chips from that big pot, and Blake's gonna come in for the reload here. Blake played well all night, made some good moves, and then just lost a huge one. Big cooler. Thanks for sticking around, guys. We're playing 2-5, no limit, deep stack cash.
Just travel every time.
Dustin Shacklock, Johnny Pham in the box.
Yeah, I let you play a straddle if you really want to.
Nah, you're good.
I'm cool with it. Next time we'll play. Huh?
Be back tomorrow night with a little charity tournament action here from Best Bet Jacksonville, and Friday night, 2-5, no limit once again. Top pair, good for Troy. Takes this one down on the all club board. 10 tray deuce gets through Mr. Bills. Mr. Bills playing some wild hands now. He pulled off that big bluff. Feeling good now. I like Mr. Bill. He's fun. He's good for the stream. Actually going to start here on James there in the 8th seat. James just going to limp in here with the 9-8 suited. Brian with the king, queen off, going to make it 35 over one limper. Troy's going to make the call. Suited connectors. James going to come along under the gun. Brian getting a little short stacked here. SPR of 3. Going to the flop 3 ways. Wow, all spades. Brian got the king of spades. James flops top pair. We might just get it in here. Yeah, Brian's just going to rip it. 300 into 100. Troy likes that.
scared to death over there, man. I can't call you though, bro. I ain't got no.
Man, tough spot here for James. Flops top pair, all spade board. Guy just rips it in there for 300 into a pot of 100. I guess he rips 320 in there. So not only do you have to make the correct call, but your hand also has to hold up. Tough spot there for James. Does find the fold.
You made me laugh.
Yeah, I think Brian's just kind of in double up mode.
I just didn't have
You
nothing.
made me laugh, that's for sure.
Right. If I'd have had a little piece of it, I might have tried it, but I didn't have that.
7-6 suited for Curtis here. Under the gun +1. Will D going to toss the Jack-8 of spades. Curtis going to limp these suited connectors. Brian's going to limp the King-10 off. A lot of limping going on.
Not if Mr. Bill has anything to do with it.
Mr. Bill, Ace-Queen off. Just going to chuck a pile of red chips in there. Says you count them. Looks like 40. Raises to 40. Things are getting serious in this game.
Thank you for the like there, Racer Nerd. Thanks
Racer
for
Nerd,
for
my
the,
man.
likes, follows, and shares, and subs.
That's right, my man.
If you like the stream, hit that like button. If you love our content, hit that subscribe button.
Shaq's Joker, I don't know. It's debatable. I'm going to go with no. Top pair here for Brian after limp calling Mr. Bill's $40 raise. Mr. Bill's going to keep his foot on the gas here. Makes kind of a small bet here. Makes it 60 into what? 160?
Oh, Brian's gonna rip it with the.
Brian just can't
King 10.
wait to get it in.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
That man is in double mode. Saying.
I don't think you always got it just because you're old and getting on veteran, you know.
Brian gives him the speech that your old man image isn't fooling me. Check raise him for all the chips. Brian just trying to get it in. Won the last two hands. Getting after it.
Honestly, if I ever get in that mode, it's always best for me just to get up, walk up the loss, come back the next day.
Yeah, the game will always be there. You know? Pocket jacks here for Will D.
I used to have this little trick to where, you know, if I were to continue on in the game, or like, I'm sorry, if I decide to leave the game and I have a couple of chips left, rather than cashing it out, I would just go ahead and put it in the bucket and just do that for the entire year. And by the end of the year, I have at least a couple thousand to play with again. So it does put things in perspective how much dead money you put out there when playing poorly with these small stacks and trying to get it in and double up.
You know, I did that one year, kind of the same thing. I would take any change that wouldn't round up, you know, any of the even numbers, and I went home and I put it in a bucket. And then at the end of the year, I took it to the room, and it was such a pain to take all those chips there. I took like 2 bags full of chips. I had like $700 in blue chips or something. It was so annoying.
I remember George doing that one time, and he had maybe $6,000 or $7,000 in blues and reds.
No, it wasn't. I helped him unload it. It wasn't that much. It was like 3K or 4K. But yeah, it was a bunch. It was like 30 racks.
Yeah, he literally spread it all across the whole table. It just looked like a mountain of chips.
Yeah, I did it one time, and then I had to bring all those chips back to the poker room, and it was too annoying. I never did it again. Ace-King here for James on the button. Puts in the 3-bet to 75. Mr. Bill opening in the Queen 7 of hearts. I like this. Michael Cohen says wants to stake the player in seat 2. You know, I haven't really seen him play that many hands. I think he had the lowest VPIP of all of them a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I just saw that one hand where he mucked correctly middle 2 pair with 7 deuce.
He did correctly fold 2 pair. Hard to do.
Yeah, currently he is VPIPing at the bottom with 20%. Highest VPIP right now is Troy with 75%.
Quick dealer change. Get my man Donnie back in the box. We'll have Donnie in the booth tomorrow night.
We got Will coming up ahead after that last double up, now up $1,400.
Nice, nice, nice.
I said the VPIP Curtis that's sitting at 20%.
Wow. It's fun to play 75% of hands, man. I get it. Folding is not fun.
Action will begin in the 2 seat.
All right, action's going to start with Curtis. He's going to throw the queen 5 off in the muck.
I bet between the 2 of us.
Mr. Bill's going to get rid of the jack 7.
40 from the man.
What's up, man? They trying to steal my money? I know that's what he trying to steal my money. That's why he raised.
James makes it 40 to go with 10-8 suited here.
I don't think he got none of that. He got ace.
Looks like James takes a little bit of a down bet here. This move usually works in this spot on these static boards because your opponent's just going to have so much trash, like exactly like what he has, the 9-8 offsuit. It's going to have to go in the muck.
I ain't got nothing to call him with. Someone got well, it's in the same type of time, right? Looking for them.
Actually, it was the best hand. Troy shows him the best. I'm sorry, James shows him the best hand.
Your mind, you like, shit, I didn't do that one right.
Michael Cohen says seat 2 is the only player paying attention to the game.
You know what I'm saying? When I saw that, this is-
This game has periodically gone through wild streaks.
Anybody bet something, both of us run off, you know?
Ace 4 offsuit here for Troy. He's going to limp in for the 5. James going to toss the king 10 off. Woody's going to limp the 9-10 offsuit. Curtis in position. Going to open up the king 8 of hearts to 20.
I see what's happening.
Troy's going to make the call. Will D's probably going to make the call. It's 15 to win 50. He's in there. All right, we're 3 ways to the flop.
I understand, believe me, I understand that.
Queen 6 4 bottom pair for Troy. The only player to make a pair in the hand so far.
What's the bet?
$40.
So me?
Yes, sir.
Curtis going to continue with a C bet. Troy's going to look him up here with bottom pair. Curtis definitely has a little bit of range advantage. Now he picks up a straight draw here. Needs a 5 to complete the 8 high straight. He's going to take the free PO. Troy going to try to get to showdown. Got a little bit of showdown value.
One pair, bro.
There's a pair of 6s. I mean, 2 pairs.
Well, I mean, I had one in my hand.
Troy does take that one down. Ace 4 offsuit gets the check mark. Good for a nice $150 pot. Just so you guys know, there is an $80 satellite into this weekend's $400 one day at our sister property in Orange Park, Florida. $80 gets you into the $400 one day. Satellite tournaments, they've been running pretty quick. They ran one today, it only lasted about 3 hours.
You know, it's always good to grind the satellites because if you're out of practice in the tournaments, you know, satellites is good to get your game back into check.
That's right.
So,
Not bad advice.
Call on the 4.
Will's going to limp the ace 4 of diamonds here.
6, full 7.
Michelson take it back. Too tight. Bet the turn. Wow, Will just flops the joint here, limping in with the ace-4 suited, flops the wheel. Got some backup diamonds to go with it. Will's gonna go less than half pot here. Ace-4 with the big check mark here. For Will, easy game.
Straddle on you, man. Good luck. See if we can get his run in the pot a little bit. That's what we're trying to do.
We will be back Friday night with more 2-5 action. You'll have me and Johnny Pham back in the booth. Like we said, there's still a couple spots left for the month. If you guys want to jump in some live stream action, head over to the website, Best Bet Jacks, and request a seat.
Yeah, I just looked up the list. Although the 2-2 games are almost solid, there's a lot of availability in the 2-5, 5-10, and our upcoming big game, the 25-50.
Pocket trays here for James. Looks like he's going to come in for a raise. Brian finally picking up a real hand. Got ace queen off suit. Just going to make the call.
How much is it? I heard what you said, but I'm saying what
Pocket trays, pocket deuces, ace queen off, 6-4 off for Troy. Let's play a big one.
Yeah, queen high. Build it.
King 8-8 misses everyone. Are pocket trays in the lead right now? Actually, ace queen offsuit is in the lead. This is pretty interesting. Two paired hands. Look at this one, Johnny. Ace queen offsuit in the lead here, equity wise.
I thought this last bet will get through.
Troy turns two pair here. I don't know if he's going to call. No, wow, he does fold. James gets Troy to fold the best hand. Troy folds a 6, and James takes down the pot. That one goes to James. Nice hand.
Try to play better cards, that's all. Chase every bluff is gonna stay, bro. I can't chase every.
Pretty spicy game so far. Shane says, I'll play the 25-50 if somebody wants to stake me. Open invitation for staking from Shane. Has quite a live stream resume archived on our YouTube channel.
There you go.
If
He does have results, so.
If anybody wants to sweat him, see if he's worth it.
Good luck, Owen.
I mean, I would take a shot for like a 3K buy-in. Itty bitty shot. Buy-in short, try to double.
Troy puts in the 3-bet here. King, queen, suited. All three players have a queen in their hand. Wow.
Yeah, me too, man.
One lone fool wants to know how much. Wow, big flop here for Troy. James got a piece of it as well.
He almost made it.
Sometimes I do. Like 5 or 6 times I make it 90 from the
Troy goes 90, goes about half pot here.
Chicken and shrimp fried rice.
James makes the call. Second pair.
And then I'll get an omelet with American cheese and bacon. And I'll add
Huge flop here for Troy. Troy gives James a pretty good price. James continues.
You'll never live that one down.
This card might actually get James to fold. If Troy barrels here, I think James has to fold. Troy takes a nice sizing, makes it look like value, goes 140, I think.
The whole table gave him shit for like an hour and a half.
Oh, I would have too.
Yeah.
What the fuck's getting what?
Ordered oatmeal and fries.
Yeah.
People said that was really weird. I ordered them both.
It is.
Troy bets 140 into about 350.
Oh, he's going to call him.
Oh, wow, James is going to look him up.
At this point, you're going to jail.
That's what we were told.
Call. At this point,
I think Troy's playing his cards face up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this guy feels good about that card.
I think Troy kind of has to barrel this spot just because he blocks kings, he blocks queens. Very unlikely that James has the case ace. But if he barrels here, James has to put him on kings or queens and will probably fold the best hand.
I doubt it.
Wow, goes check, check.
I mean, he's definitely calling any bet that's short of $400, which is kind of a pot-sized bet.
Wow, tricky spot. I feel like Troy might have missed a bet there. Kind of a weird one there. Running aces. Troy kind of looked a little confused on that river. Didn't really know what to do. Another one goes to James. James pulls in another one. Looks like we got an under the gun straddle here from Will D. Action's going to start with Curtis here in the 2-seat. Folds the mystery hands. Jack 5 offsuit in the muck. Pocket 9s here for Mr. Bill on the button. Makes it 30 to go. Gets through Troy. 7 deuce. Gets through James. Also, nobody wants to mess with Mr. Bill. Oh, Will D makes a call. Sorry, take it back. Will D makes the call out of the straddle. Pretty coordinated board here. Frogman's in the chat, says not getting notifications for us going live. That's kind of weird.
What is that from Twitch?
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on.
Jeremy in the chat, what's up, buddy? Like the upgrades? Thanks, man. Just trying to stay relevant in the poker sphere, you know? Yeah, Frogman, give that a shot. Maybe it'll work. Kevin Walls in the chat. What's up, buddy? Playing a little 2-5 no limit deep stack, 300 to 1500. Little button straddle out of Troy here.
Action begins.
Fold out of James. Will D with the ace-9 off, gonna limp the straddle. Frogman said, did I miss anything fun? Yeah, this one's been a little wild. It's coming little streaks. King 10 suited for Troy, gonna check it back in the straddle. We're heads up to the flop. Ace-9 in the lead for Will D. NBA says, how's the lineup look for Friday? I'm not sure. I don't have it in front of me. Friday for the 2-5 game? Let me see if I can take a look. I might have it on my phone. Friday, I don't really know anyone's name on the game, so that's usually a good sign. If I don't know anyone in the game, it's usually people from out of town that are coming in to splash around. Right, Johnny?
Yep. But Friday night 2-5, I think it's going to be lit. Usually very spicy on the weekends.
Yeah, usually if I look down and I don't know anyone's name on the list and they're coming from out of town, it usually makes for a pretty splashy, pretty fun game. Nobody wants to come on the live stream and tell all their friends and then fold all night, you know. Top pair, bad kicker here for Mr. Bill. He's going to get after it anyway, gets through Troy. Jeremy says 1 week until Crazy Jeremy is back on the stream. You're going to play the 2-2 next week?
Yeah, I guess they made
Calling his shot. Says I'm going to come in and I'm going to be crazy. I like it.
yeah, Blake, well, no, you don't have enough, sir. Minimum buy-in's $20.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it.
You had something. I didn't have nothing, so I didn't.
We got the best chat regs in the game for sure. Button straddle here out of Will D. And Curtis pretty card dead tonight. Even when he does get a hand, he runs into it. I think Brian's going to open it up here to 30 with the ace-7 of spades. Oh, big slick here for Blake. Actually takes a smaller than normal size. He usually goes huge in this spot. This time he just over 3x it.
I think he's decided he actually kind of wants action now.
You want action with this hand. This was a great hand.
Definitely from Brian, who's going to come in with the ace-7 suited.
Top 2 for Blake. Top 1 for Brian.
He goes for the down bet.
Keeps it small.
I think the down bet for more often than not usually works.
It works more often than it should. Players just don't defend against it enough, and that's why it's so profitable. You risk so little and you win so much.
It does get Brian to call off an extra $65. Almost got there for Brian.
I thought that was it.
Needs running 7s, but the check mark is in Blake's hand. Can't be beat. Brian can only be hero calling if he's bluffing, but not the case. Spots like these, you just don't want to get felted with ace rag.
We've seen Brian spaz out a couple times tonight and just rip it. I wonder if it's that's what he's thinking about right now. It's a pretty good board for a 3-better. The only hands Brian really beats is like pocket queens, you know. Brian leaving himself almost nothing back, leaves himself 200 behind. The question now is he going to be able to fold his last 200? The answer is no. What is Blake hemming and hawing about, man? How is this not? How are the chips not already in the middle? I don't understand what hand he doesn't think he can beat. Queen, you're already losing to Queen 10. There we go. Get it in. You got top 2 pair, man. Get it in. All the draws missed. Nice hand from Blake. Blake gets a little bit of it back after that big cooler against Will. Top 2 versus bottom set for all the chips against Will.
For all the monies.
All the chips.
Yeah, I feel like that was a bit of a slow roll. Top 2 in that spot. Just another extra 180 to go. You can't just kind of snap it there.
Yeah, top 2 in that spot. You're already losing the queen 10. You know,
13.
just get it in.
Not really necessary to him and Ha. You lose, you lose. You win, you win. Spots like that is pretty much automatic.
But it's going to be all
You
black.
just get it in, right, Johnny Finn?
Oh, yeah. Back into aces with jacks, you know, it gets stacked. It's cool, whatever. There you go.
No
Next
big
time.
deal.
Santa Monica on the pier. In Cali. I put some monks out there selling it. He was selling it. I need him. He gave me a trust on what I wanted. I got that.
Looks like Curtis is going to get in there with the 8-6 of spades. James opens up the 10-8 suited.
People mentioned it to me though, man.
Will's going to make the call, king 10 off suit. And we are 3 ways to the flop.
If you want, you can give them. Actually, we got it. We got it. We got change for 300.
I just checked.
Wow, top and bottom here for Curtis. Middle pair for the other 2 players in the hand.
No, he said he needed some bread, so.
Case 10 one time. Max Payne.
Throw the max pain, I like it.
Call on the 2. And call in. 3-way action. Check 4.
Ooh,
Check 9.
a little bit of a sweat on that turn card. It's another 6. 6 is full for Curtis. The 9 of hearts on the river doesn't change much. Curtis makes a pretty big hand here. 6 is full of aces.
Check 9.
If he goes small enough, he might get called from some 10s. Looks like he wants to go big, though. Looks like 110,
105.
105. Yeah, it goes a little too big. If he goes small, like 50 or 60 in this spot, I think he could get at least one call. Oh wow, he gets the 105. James goes, oh, that makes sense. That's why he checked 2 streets. Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right, my bad. Curtis got the full 105. I would have gone a lot smaller trying to get value. I would have gone 50 or 60 in that spot, I think. But good for Curtis. Goes kind of big, goes 105.
Is that Joe?
James tries to bluff catch.
You want my seat?
Doesn't work.
You got it.
How much you want?
Free, 99.
Fogman said I had a
Yes, sir.
nasty bad bet this week. Queen 10
Straddle my button.
versus King Deuce. Queen 10.
I'm not drunk. You're drunk.
Ew, gross.
What?
No one even asked. Fold 4 and 6. Call 7.
Is there anybody ahead of you on the list?
Yes, there are 5
I think I look at the list when I come into
There are 5
Jeremy says 1/4 gets paid a lot. Apparently 105 was good, man. James basically snap call.
this game will get way
65
more fun
from
if I
the
sit
9.
down. I'll know that.
Fold 1, fold 2, fold 3.
Are you gonna, wait, backpacker, are you gonna play without me at this table? Can I throw my later or what?
I'll be here all week. Are you just here for tonight?
Yeah.
I won't be here then.
You need to stay. You need a hotel? I got you, buddy.
Nah.
Your money's so valuable to me. You have to understand. You have to understand. I can't have you go.
Gotta call now.
Looks like James going to put in the raise against Troy, and we're going to go heads up to the flop.
Like, you want to stay at the Marriott? Or what do you want?
I'm only selling this
I give you
twice a
something
month.
nice. Like,
Just bring a air mattress, throw it on the floor over
no,
here.
that's too cheap for you, buddy. You're way worth more than that. You got like a
Pretty good
Marriott?
flop for James as the 3-better here. King 7 deuce. Troy gets a piece, though. He might call here. I don't think you call a 3-bet with ace deuce and then fold when you make a pair.
Unless he's giving it away.
Oh, I was wrong. Troy's out of there. Looks like Will's going to rack up a little bit of a win.
A little bit of win. Doubled up for 1500.
It's true.
Enjoy the rest of the night.
He did get the full double up when he flopped bottom set against top 2.
Troy's already in. Troy's right here.
Frogman, that's a nasty one, buddy. That's gross. Hard to see that one coming. Even harder to lose to it.
Throw the first up for this. Yeah. He already called it though. Straddle under again. Fold 9. Gall 1. Fold 2. Okay.
AJ Trigger, I might go to the game this weekend. I haven't decided yet.
Fold 6 and a call and 9. Did you check your option?
I'm on the fence.
Did you check your option?
I see it.
4:30 game?
It's these 3, including yourself, 2 players. That's wrong.
I haven't been to a Jazz game in a while. I'd like to go.
This one's they're playing the Saints are playing the Packers here.
Oh, here?
Yeah. I guess because the situation in New Orleans.
Oh, that's
The
right.
Jags are out of town.
Yeah.
One goes hand.
That's cool to do.
Ooh, we got blessed in the YouTube chat.
Hello, hello.
So, yeah. 3 seats move into 4, 1 seat move into 3.
Can I do that now? Or?
Sure. And Will steps outside, so we won't even be able to get his picture. Then we got turn back on.
Looks like we got a little bit of seat movement.
One is moving to 3. I might want to grab your jacket too. Do you want me to just pause really quick or okay. And just can get like a little side shot of him. Right. He's gonna get a little side angle, side profile. Okay. Just a little side profile. It won't end up on the internet anywhere.
All right, everyone's going to get situated. Brian's going to move seats, try to pick up a little bit of extra, try to get some of Will's leftover luck
Make sure it's the good side.
out of seat 4.
What's the photo for?
Frogman asking about the, I'm assuming the house rule for changing seats, moving away from the big blind. If you move 3 or more seats away from the big blind, you have to post 1 big blind. If you move into the big blind, it's different, but if you move 3 or more seats away from the big blind,
Actions on the 4 seat.
you have to post 1 live big blind.
20 from the 6, fold in the 7. String hold.
What's the bet?
The bet is $20. Call.
9-10 suited here for Blake. Comes in as the razor.
I mean, I think we might have to get drunk guy. You know what I'm talking about.
Looks like Troy makes the call with the pocket trays.
Troy, you check?
Arman says the same where I normally play. Yeah, I think that's a fair way to do it.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I was trying to share it to my girls so they could go on Facebook, but cause I'm trying to get them the link. They saying it ain't put it up. That's fine. I check.
Check. Check, man. And river, check.
The 9-10 suited, is going to make a pair on the flop. There we go. Blake takes that one down. Gets through the pocket trays.
Nope, so it might be.
Frogman says thought they would have changed it to 2. Nah, still 3. It's always been 3. Probably always be 3. Got to get that next name on the list. Come get in this game. These 2-5 games, like I said earlier, they've been going late. These guys have been playing it out, been moving out into the rest of the room and keeping the game alive. That's what I like to see. Yeah, Frogman, you're going to have to wait for the return. Actually going to start here on Curtis, the 6 tray offsuit. Curtis been pretty card dead today in this game. Can't really catch a break. Brian picking up pocket trays. Looks like he's going to make a raise, coming in for 25. Makes it kind of big here. Goes 5X. Mr. Bill makes the call. Ace 8 of spades. Troy makes the call. Ace 5 suited. And James comes along from the big Queen 10 off. 4 ways to the flop. Looks like Ace 8 gets the best of it. Flops middle pair with backdoor spades.
Dude, I love Mr. Bill. Look at him.
Mr. Bill's got the best hand.
Middle pair. Go for a pot size bet.
Did he bet
IDK.
80 into 80?
IDC. Come at me.
Did Mr. Bill go 80 into 80?
He sure did.
What a legend. All right, had some guys shift around, change seats.
With the way that man plays, he probably's put in more hours than any of us put together.
You think so?
I think so.
That's actually pretty good. Thank you, man. I've been working on it. Do you want the big or you want to? I think big.
Pick up a new player here in the big blind, first hand.
What's the name? Bob. Say it again.
New guy, Bob, in the 1 seat. Let's do it. We need a new Billy command. I don't know. I'll let that one marinate for a while. We'll figure out something. Got a raise to 40 out of Troy here. James with the makes it 150 to go. Troy's got jacks. James has ace king.
We're gonna go flip. Flippy flip.
I think Troy just got it all in here.
In any case, I think it's okay for James to muck here, although I would rather prefer a call, but it's a big bet to call. It's pretty much your entire session tonight, either going to be stuck or plus to flip with ace king.
Troy gets it all in here for 1,100. Basically, almost 10x the raise. James made it 150. Troy made it 1,150. Not quite 10x. 8x, something like that. This is wild.
Yeah, I think James might find a fold here.
This is a massive raise. This is one of those spots. Oh, yeah. Gross, gross.
Sometimes it's important not to overplay ace king as well, although you might lose 155, but I think it's better than losing 1,000.
You know, I haven't seen Troy go that big pre-flop. I haven't seen him make it 8x. So when he does, he's going to have like some pretty strong hands, you know.
Not on the 2-5. It's got to be a time rate game. Okay.
Michael Cohen says pretty soft 2-5 game. Yeah, this one's been pretty wild. They're not all like this, but yeah, this one's been pretty interesting. Some pretty wild spots. I think it all has to do with the lineup, man, honestly. And today we got a pretty good lineup.
35, 26, 47.
Pocket trays here for Blake. Going to make it 35. Troy's going to make the call. Ace-6 off suit. James going to get out of the way. Wheel deep, picking up jacks, coming in for the 3-bet. Big 3-bet out of Will D makes it 135 to go. Blake makes the call with pocket Trey. He's going to try to set mine against him one time. Unidentified. Good point. Says it started out hot, quieted down a little bit, but still seeing some wild stuff. Look at this, a 3-bet pot that goes 4 ways. There's 550 in the middle pre. Queen, 7, deuce, all diamonds. Troy got the nut flush draw. Troy might get out of line in this spot.
545 already in the pot. I might as well just go and rip it here. Of Troy.
Will D's going to bet a little less than half pot with no diamond. Honestly, he's got the best hand, but Troy has a ton of equity with that ace and that diamond.
I mean, went for it with jacks there.
Troy's getting too good of a price. He can
Nut
never
flush
fold.
draw. Yeah, I mean, pot odds. I think you just rip it here. It just calls. I feel like if you're just gonna call, you might as well just rip. Oh, comes down in front with the ace.
Wow, dream card here.
Well, they're checking it down. Yeah.
Oh, no kidding. That turn is, you're never folding after the turn either.
Troy does take down a big one here off of Will D. That was a big pot.
He gonna do nothing but break, and then I'm a beg for it back later. Shit. break, beg for it back. 350.
Quickly, looks like a reload for Will D back in the game. One lone full says that pot should have been bigger. Yeah, I agree. They checked the turn, which was kind of strange. Big turn card.
Yeah, I think
for
they
Troy.
somehow kind of agreed to chop it, to check it down because Troy did show up the ace after the turn came out.
If you showed me the ace, I would check.
Check.
Trip trays for Troy off the rip. Nobody else really has much to play back at him. Brian does pick up a 6 on the turn. Troy just with the flat call on the turn. Troy going to try to punish him now. I don't think it's going to work. Brian doesn't have too much to look him up with. Troy takes down another one. Troy got almost 2K in front of him during this 2-5 no limit deep stack cash game, where 1,500 is the max buy-in. 2K is a pretty serious stack. Shinko says good play out of Troy.
No, True story, bro. True
Yeah, Kevin, it's weird how that works, right?
True story.
I love it.
I promise you, true story.
I love it.
Jack 10 offsuit for Mr. Bill. This is kind of one of those cusp hands. Yeah, he throws it in the muck. I thought he might call with that hand. I thought he was just going to limp the Jack 10 offsuit.
I don't know why, but I'm still not a fan of Jack 10.
Jack 10 suited is a pretty strong hand. Jack 10 suited is pretty much a mandatory open. Troy's going to open up the Queen Jack offsuit, get called by a new guy, Bob, and flop the open ender.
That's what it's supposed to stand for. It's not what it is.
How many people? Just you two.
When I was in high school, which was like
Troy's going to check the open ender.
a group of boys just a year ahead of me went on with my cousin. They formed a club. And they had jackets and they had MOB, but it was M period O period P period, and everybody in school was trying to guess what the hell it stood for. And I don't think they ever told anybody. I just wondered if it
Troy
was-
turns the stones.
I don't think that's what it was. They weren't that cool.
Got to value bet a little bit, man. You got the stones. Here we go.
They never told anybody.
177 in the middle.
He was hoping to find the truth after all these years.
Probably the
Well,
same
I was
thing.
my cousin.
Trying to find the
Unidentified. You're not kidding. Says all diamond flops are ridiculous. We've seen like 50 of them.
Brother and sister, we were like half brothers, and he still wouldn't tell me. I never know.
It probably stands for the same thing that does.
Nah, they weren't that smart.
Just talking shit.
It was probably like, broads back then instead of,
Yeah. Probably men or boys or something cute. I don't know what it was.
men or boys.
Yeah. They're all like 16 years old.
both good.
so what
They're
the
both
hell
good.
were
He's talking about men or boys.
Men or boys.
they? Never-
Ronnie says Brian biting his nails. Yeah, Brian's been trying to get it in for like an hour.
Right, maybe that.
That's what it should have been.
Right.
straddle on the button.
And I've seen that in a few places now recently.
It's just more like the rap.
Simcoe says Troy should have bet after that flop. Definitely should have bet after that turn. 7-6 deuce, two clubs. Bob gets a piece of it with a pair of sixes here.
Can't do what you want to do with it, but you know what to do with it.
At this point, I can't even remember.
Ain't going for that. Probably used to get held back in your day. When the fight
Yeah,
goes,
back in my head, I'd dive deep and come up trying and you never met the life.
Bob's going to take that one down. Pair of sixes, the best hand.
Now, I'm just spreading water.
Straddle on the button. Hold 6, 10 to go, straddle. Call from the 7. 35, I believe? 35. Hold 9.
Troy on a little bit of a heater, going to raise the 9-8 of hearts to 35.
From the 1. 115.
Bob behind is going to 3-bet with the mystery hand to $115. Yeah, Will D with ace king.
Raise it up 300.
it ain't on me. And I ain't fighting against my dog for that much money. So. If I get caught up with that much money, I'll fold for a star.
All in.
So big bet now from Bob, gonna go all in. Will with ace king, he's got to call an additional $492 to flip.
They all in? I had a, yeah, Troy, I had an 8-9 a heart, man. I swear I think I had the best hand. I was
Looks
calling
like they are gonna flip for it.
I was calling his 100, not his 300. Man, somebody else 300 I was calling their ass. Watch this 10 come. Or hard come.
So Will now with ace high. Bob needs any pair to win this pot. So I don't know who won this pot here. We'll find out.
I think Bob has kings there, right?
I mean, he won the pot, so he had to have something real good.
I saw the dealer slide 2 kings across, I thought. Yeah, king, king, right?
Yeah.
King, king's a pretty good starting hand, no limit. Kevin Wall says queen, queen for top set.
Any way you'd like. Whatever feels better for your hand.
Right, yeah, same.
Frogman says the dealer showed the king, king. I agree.
25 on the floor.
I thought I saw king, king also.
25.
Ace king suited here for Brian. Looks like he's going to make it 25 over Bob's limp. Ooh, Mr. Bill picking up jack, jack. Makes it 85, and Troy right behind him with pocket fours. As you can see, Bob's got one of his outs, but Troy hasn't been doing a lot of folding tonight. He's going to make the call. Bob's got to call 80 to win 200. Is that right? Yeah, he's got Brian still left to act behind him. Brian's got a big hand here.
Oh, Brian's back in. Oh, he just moved seats. So Brian with he needs like a few buy-ins here. I think going for the 4-bet could be good.
Yeah, Brian can definitely 4-bet in this spot. He blocks some of the strongest hands.
Although I feel like he didn't 4-bet big enough. Only 225. I think he could easily gone north of 300.
Yeah, he blocks some of the strongest hands.
You're kind of wanting letting people to call you in the spot too, so it's not necessarily with ace king with so much action.
He's also deep enough that he could fold to a 5-bet. Like, taking that size, I think, is okay. Because even though he does block some of the strongest hands, sometimes they're still going to have it, and he can still fold to a 5-bet. Although, I don't know if I could fold that hand to a 5-bet. That's a pretty easy hand to play for 100 big blinds, but for 200 big blinds, you got to start, you got to realize when to pump the brakes.
Yeah, you have a 5.
Mr. Bill trying to figure out what to do with 2 jacks in this spot. Mr. Bill pretty deep, also got 2K in front of him.
Give me one of your reds. I know you want more reds. Sorry. No, it's okay.
Mr. Bill deep in the tank with those 2 jacks. Troy's got a big stack also. If Mr. Bill calls or folds, what does Troy do with 2 4s in this spot? What do you do with 2 jacks in this spot, Johnny?
I don't play jacks anymore.
Oh, really?
I decided not to.
Oh, that's pretty smart.
I mean, my old design was because my old design was trying to come in as cheap as possible. I didn't want to inflate the pot too much. But anytime I go off on the deep end, I tend to lose big on jacks when I try to get into a big pot.
So now you just fold them pre-flop?
No, I play them, but I try to minimize how much I put in the pot so I can just at least try to see a cheap flop. Cheap flop, I might,
Do you ever just peel 1 and it's a jack and you go, please don't be a second jack, please don't be a second jack, please don't be, and then it is a second jack and you're
Right.
like, oh, no.
No, I always get the feeling, it's the same feeling I get with aces, like, oh no, how much money am I going to lose with this hand? Like, you ever get that feeling when you peel your hands, like, uh-oh, this could be trouble, and then you get stacked?
Sometimes, like when there's aces, when you have aces and there's a lot of action in front of you and you're like, oh man, if I get aces here, there's so much action in front of me, we're just going to get it in and we're going to play a big one. Yeah, I get that feeling sometimes. Troy does come along also.
Oh, set over set. Good shot, straight draw. Spades might slow him down a little bit, though.
Did this one check all the way through?
Sure did. Oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's got the straight.
He can't call, though, not with 4
Oh, we gotta
spades
love
on
this
there.
hand. This is a sick hand. This is pretty funny.
Look at this. What if this whole hand checks through? Nobody has a spade. Middle set, bottom set, Broadway, all spades might check through.
I want to see a 4 for Troy, to be honest. Let's see
Yeah.
a 4 for Troy.
Throw a queen out there one time.
Yeah, there you go. I like the queen.
Throw the queen one time or a 10. Nobody knows what to do. Oh, Frogman says river spade for a chop. These guys can't check fast enough. Whoa!
Brian goes all in. I mean, one of them's got to call us for $1,000.
I think they both called.
They both call? Oh, it's just, no. Somebody folded. Set of 4s folded. No, wait. Somebody's off the hand.
Ace King is good.
Ace King's going to go and felt both players for a humongous pot.
I don't know if Troy called. I can't tell. I think Troy might have folded.
Okay. That makes a little bit of sense of, like, having bottom set with the 4 spades out there. Yeah, I think that's a good fold.
Wow, set over Broadway, 4 spade board. Somehow Broadway is good. What? Where's the 10 at? Where's the queen?
Well, after an entire 3 hours or so of pretty much being card dead, Brian picks up a huge pot.
Brian got very excited to see that his hand was good. This man just ripped it all in into 2 players on a 4 spade board like an animal. Wow, Troy actually folded. I thought for a second Troy called. Troy got out of the way. Big pot for Brian.
Do you fold there or you fold there? We're going to have to fold.
Yeah.
Bottom set. For all in for a dime, yeah.
Depends on the bet. Yeah. Did he like basically he bet 1,000 in the 750? Is that right?
Yeah.
Or he bet like 750 in the 750?
I'm not scared, but you thought he probably had spades.
Frogman's got a point. He's got 10 outs with a set, but only 1 card to come. You're still only like 20%.
That's the best possible hand that he could have that I can win with.
Right, it's a spades, right?
Correct.
I feel like if you fold and you're the guy with the spade in your hand, you'd be like, "Ugh."
Was it check up? Was it check up?
That's right. He waited.
Checked around.
Waited, and he went, so he off
Then it took the turn, and I'm like, fuck it. Someone has to.
Yeah, after seeing these maniacs.
Fold 7 below. And I checked down, and someone has.
Can't believe he just shipped it there with Broadway and a floor card flush board.
Wow, deuces, set of deuces for Blake as the pre-flop raiser. Bob's got a pair and a backdoor nut flush draw.
I know. Exactly. But essentially, it's what it is at that point.
Blake goes pretty big here. Goes 50 into 50. Oh, wow, this card might be trouble. Bob picks up the nut flush draw with a pair.
Better than a bluff catch.
These guys are out of control now. Wow, Blake goes big. 145 into 160.
So at least I'm not letting a whale in there with pocket 5s and a spade.
River 4 would be pretty gross.
I had pocket fours. I needed that spade, dude.
I've been talking to myself all night.
Blake does fade the hearts.
The wife don't want to. She gonna be like, oh my goodness.
Blake's been going big on flop and turn. Looks like he's going to keep the theme alive and go big on the river.
Right, I can go for that.
Goes half pot on the river, 260-ish, 255. It's a bad time for Bob to try to turn his hand into a bluff. He's thinking about it, though.
No, he's going for
Oh,
it.
he's thinking about it.
He's going for those black chips, too.
Let's do it. Bob just makes the call here with one pair. He's going to run into a set of deuces. Ouch.
Blake finally gets some back.
It's a little bit back. What a gift from Bob there. What is happening? This 2-5 game got off the rails real quick.
Rays Red Sox. I went to the game on Thursday here in Tampa. I went to the game last Thursday in Tampa. Rays Red Sox. Got lost by 4-0. But we didn't have any good players out. It was like we just beat them like the last 2 games of the series. So we're just like, all right, we'll put our second string set. We'll never get any action.
Hole 4.
But then let them get some.
30 from the 6. It's okay. 10 of clubs, deuces, spades in the muff. Hole 7, hole 8.
Yeah, well, don't worry about it. I'm not gonna
105.
play off.
This time Curtis with the 4s. James with the ace-king. James puts in the 3-bet, though, and Curtis gets out of the way with the 2 4s.
Michael, yes, they can run it twice here at best bet, but it must be in a timed rake game.
Basically 5-10 and above. So 5-10 Hold'em, they can run it twice. 5-10 PLO, they can run it twice. Everything else is a normal rake game, so they can only run it one time.
Playing the board. Both playing the board.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, 9 spades means that my straight's counterfeited. Yeah, you got the. We just both playing the board. Any spade, we're both playing the board. True. So he has a lot.
We've seen some wild hands tonight in this 2-5 no-limit deep stack cash game. Thank you guys for sticking around, hanging out with myself,
Yeah, I know exactly.
my man Johnny Pham here in the booth.
Prepare the board to win, but you still have a
We're
lot
on
of
a 15-minute delay out of Best Bet Jacksonville. We got about another hour of streaming left for you guys.
Giving you live streams every Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays from 7 to 11 Eastern Standard Time.
That's right. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, get notifications when we go live. Come swing in the chat and hang out with us. That's why we're here.
You know, nowadays I generally like to put live streams up in the background while I'm doing other stuff around the house.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
So if you click that subscribe button, you get notifications of whenever time we do go live.
Hey, y'all remember the guy that used to come all the time? He probably still come. I just ain't been in years, right? I ain't been here probably 4 or 5 years. But, I checked. What's the bet?
Open ender for Brian. Flops 9-10, Jack, Queen.
Man, what's his name? All he
Bottom
plays
pair for Troy. He's going to lead out.
know this guy.
Got
All
a
he
gut
plays
shot here for
is
Will
play
D.
golf. What's his name, man? He kind of older. Not, is it Rex? Am I thinking about Rex? That's right. Scraggly, older white guy.
Check.
All he plays.
Turn pairs the board. That's going to give Will D a flush draw to go with his gut shot. He's the only diamond in the field, and Queen Jack gets there.
Check 3.
9-10, Queen Jack, King on the river.
It's literally all it is. It's spot on. It's spot on. 75.
That's all he gonna do.
AJ, the set over set with the 4 spades.
Look somebody like,
Top set, bottom set. Turn was a gut shot, which brought the 4th spade, and
we both look at the TV.
they got it all in.
Didn't it?
Has he got teeth? Has he got
And the
teeth?
board did not pair.
That's literally how you know that you're a top player.
Is he a
A guy
is he
leaves
a
for
toothless
5
old
years,
white guy?
comes back and still knows your time.
Right.
I've been in the building in 5 years.
I mean, he's toothless old white guy on the PlayStation.
He can always go back and see it.
Action's going to start here on Brian. The Jack 6 off in the muck.
Exact same hand.
Blake with the King Deuce suited in the muck. Mr. Bill going to open Queen 10 off to a cool 30 bucks.
You know what, commentator? You tell the people that's listening.
Troy's going to call here. Some mystery cards.
This hand is this exact same card I just had last hand. Well, I was fold.
There's superstition there.
I believe in that.
They probably.
Yeah, AJ, the 4th spade was the gut shot Broadway card. So somehow Broadway no spade
Win this time.
against top set no spade. Broadway held up. The board did not pair. I guess he actually, when Troy has 2 4s, that's 2 of his board pairing outs in the muck. So he really only has 3 10s, 1 jack. What was the other card? 3 10s, 1 jack, 3 queens. 7 outs, is that right? 7 outs twice is like a 14%er. Oh, Frogman says another 4 was folded also, so he's got 6 outs twice. Bob's going to steal this one. No diamond. Takes it down. Ace high. Will D was actually at my 2-5 table the other day for about an hour, but we didn't play any big ones.
The sun's at 11?
Anyone else ask me if it ends at 11?
Oh, it's not on TV. We're no longer on TV or no more streaming.
It's still on TV. Until 11 o'clock.
No, he's talking about after 11.
Oh, after 11, if you guys want to keep playing, I'll open up another table for you guys. Considering you guys are a deeper style 2-5, you can't just take your stack to a regular 2-5 game and open another table. Hold 6. But you would need to be like 5 or 6 of you that keep playing. So just like 3 or 4 of you.
I just didn't have to get up under lights. Guys are afraid.
25.
9-8 suited here for Mr. Bill. Going to mix it up with some suited connectors. This Troy guy and these cards, man, cannot figure out how to work this box. One jack, 3 queens, 3 10s. Yeah, that checks out. Oh, they folded the other 4, you said. Okay.
I don't like this flat from Bob.
Bob's trying to mix it up a little bit, trying to mix some flats in there with ace king. Brian and Will D both fold, going 3 ways to the flop. all spade board. Troy could have some spades in his hand.
115.
I don't know what he's doing with these cards. I don't know if he's not putting them on the felt or what.
I don't think he's separating them either. Sometimes it helps you separate them.
320.
Looks like Troy goes for the check raise here with the mystery cards. Check raise works. Oh, Frogman, that's true. They also had any spade for the chop. Yeah, that's a good point. Had a ton of chop outs.
Straddle.
I think Mr. Bill would have been happy to chop in that spot. Very happy to chop. Hard to fold a set, man, but if there's any board to fold a set on, it's that one, for sure.
Yeah, especially bottom set with a wet board like that. Flush through.
Oh, he had top set. Well, he had middle set on the flop. It was queen, 4, jack.
Yeah, he had bottom set.
I'm talking about Mr. Bill's set of jacks.
Yeah, it was set over Broadway.
Troy again with these cards, man.
You might have bet me out of it. Huh?
90 from the 8.
Bob's jack 7 might be good here. Troy bets 90 with the 8-7. Oh, flop straight. Troy flopped the straight here. 7, 8, 9, 10 jack. Flopped the bottom end of it. Managed to get a little value out of Bob. Bob seems like the guy, man. He doesn't like to fold. Bob made that big hero call earlier with a, what was it, a deuce in his hand? A 4? Yeah, he had a 4 in his hand. Thanks for sticking around, guys. We're playing 2-5, no limit, deep stack cash. $1,500 max. Jeremy says he'll fold a set 100% of the time in that situation.
So I'm playing this here.
His hand right now?
Yeah, this hand right here.
Ace queen offsuit here for Bob.
You know what? I'm gonna take you down.
I should just hold it.
Bob's going to come in for a big raise here, makes it 45 to go. These guys are trying to play for stacks. He just needs somebody to play back at him. These guys are trying to play some big pots. I'm into it.
Heads up. Between 8 and the 1. Check 8, check 1. From the 8, call.
Frogman, yeah, he had ace 4 with the ace of hearts. Bob shows the better ace high, I'm assuming. Looks like Troy might have had like ace jack or something.
Your nephew would have lost.
Folds up. Your nephew who folds up, man.
Scared money don't make money. That's a good point, especially in this game. That's a hard thing for a lot of people to grasp, man. Risk aversion in poker is a real thing. It's hard for people to wrap their head around how much money they lose by not taking the right amount of risk.
Hadn't been that story.
You also want to teach every session as a learning experience too. So if you are on the losing end of any session, just try to take the game to make you be a better player, so things like that don't happen again.
Call the 1, call the 2.
Yeah, that's pretty good advice.
3 and 4 fold. 6 gets out of the way. 7 fold. 8 fold.
Poker is a very expensive game to learn.
I tell people that all the time, man. There's a huge, very expensive learning curve when it comes to poker, especially no limit.
It was celebrity here.
Check 8, 9.
Unless you're just naturally gifted like Johnny Pham. But most of us have to work for it. Three fives for James. Going to take this one down. Picks up a small pot. Fives full of fours.
It's been a good minute. I'll go ahead and throw some stats out for you guys.
Let's see him.
This is after hand number 84.
85 hands into the game. Brian up 29.
That's not correct because he moved seats. And I think he has some of Will's old stats. If anything, I think he's even. Maybe plus a couple hundred, if anything.
Okay, so story time. I was dealing at 2-5 maybe like a year and a half ago. And guy in like the course, he's like, I always chop. I might have told you the story before. He's like, I always chop no matter what. And gets around to him. He's in the big blind, small blinds like chop. He looks down at ace and he goes, raise.
Curtis with ace 8 offsuit under the gun. In the muck, jack 9 in the muck.
Oh, that's a great story.
Stacked him out. And then he's like, yeah, I'll chop every time from now on.
That's a great story.
Fold 2, 3.
Brian with ace 7 offsuit.
I mean, why would high hand? Why wouldn't you guys just check it down?
Alex O in the chat. What's up?
But I mean, if you have a chance for a high hand.
Alex says shout out to the homie James. Is he up? I do think James is in the black. Probably a considerable amount.
It was really good.
James is currently in the black for $994.
Oh, solid day. Solid day for 2 hours of streaming, 3 hours of streaming.
Yeah. I know, but just for the
Solid day.
I mean, it's a glory thing. It's a glory thing. It's not that bad. I mean, you're just a pure pro. I mean, I like a little glory in there.
Ace 5 suited for Brian.
He'll give you the $2.
Coming in for a raise here. Okay. Blake going to call right next door with the pocket fours. I think we've seen 2 flopped sets with pocket fours tonight. Pocket fours seem to be pretty hot.
Man, are you kidding me?
Troy with the 3-bet here. We get to see his cards. He's got ace 10 of clubs. I like it.
Right there, man.
Brian's going to get in there with suited wheel cards.
I would have shoved. If somebody would have
Okay,
shoved
let
right
me
now,
see it flop and I'll let you know.
Blake's going to call with some fours.
Yeah, definitely call it.
Oh, wow. 2 pair for Brian.
I mean, somebody would have shoved, I definitely would have called.
Brian wants to get max value here. Going to lead out for about half pot. He's going to go just lead right into him.
Snap call from Troy.
Send me home. Trust me. I ain't folding this motherfucker, so if you want to push it, you can push it now.
Alex O in the chat. What's up, buddy?
So, pre-flop,
Wow, Brian just fires 500 into 500.
25.
Yeah. Troy did threaten him. I'm going to call it whatever bet you're going to put in there. Now he's got to think about it.
Brian said, all right, cool. I bet the pot. Go huge.
Commentator, this is it for the night, baby. Tell the fans, see, y'all can see what percentage I'm in. I can't. But you know what I'm finna do.
Pretty,
You probably know what I'm finna do.
pretty thin. Drawing pretty thin, bud.
Yeah, Troy, unfortunately, you are drawing very thin, and pushing your whole stack in
Ooh.
is ill-advised, but it is going in and is going to be snapped off.
Wow, they're both super deep. Brian did not snap. Oh, he does have the call card out there. Brian called a 9
600.
or a 10 for Troy. Oh, wow.
Best hand.
Oh, man.
You said it, ace.
River 9 would be sick.
Well, Troy, thanks for playing. It's been awesome seeing you play. Thanks for joining us here tonight. It's been fun.
It's been fun. Big hand for Brian. That one definitely gets him in the black.
Because now my people that's watching me finna call and talk shit.
Yeah, you better turn the ringer off for like an hour.
If anything, Troy, in the live cash game now, you're going to get all the action.
Yeah. I like Troy. He was fun. He was fun to watch.
Yeah.
Big pot for Brian. It was like a $4,500 pot. Troy check raised him for 2K. I'm sorry, he didn't check raise him. He just 3-bet him for 2K.
Goddamn nice plan me, y'all don't want my money.
You made me laugh. You made me laugh.
Look, you was scared to death then too?
I was scared a little bit.
Yeah,
I
it's okay.
I was a little scared.
Listen, I could have had a set. I could have had 2 bigger pair. I just say, damn, I need that bigger pair.
Pocket 9s for Blake. Coming for a raise here.
You might have slept in the doghouse.
A 9 on the turn there would have been pretty gross.
Hey, I'm already sleeping in the doghouse.
She watching this. Hey, man, y'all be good.
Hey, have a good night. Good night, man. Sorry.
Well, looks like Troy will call it for the night.
I know.
We get a new player in there shortly.
You've been rubbing it in.
A little bit of a big flop here for Will D. He's got a Broadway draw and the best diamond draw. The 9s are still in the lead here for Blake. Doesn't love the flop, just trying to get to showdown. Unfortunately, that card's going to give Will D a higher pair. Jack 10 off suit.
Moving to the 8 seat.
Going to win that one.
Triple C, stack diesel.
That was a wild hand. Troy's last hand. Ace 10 versus Ace 5 for a flopped 2 pair for a $4,500 2-5 pot. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, a little strange to spaz out with Ace 10 there.
Yeah, when the guy goes pot into you,
Start on the button.
3-betting him is kind of a tough spot.
Yeah, I think he's going to fold. I don't know. Never. If anybody goes pot and I go over the top, they're never folding.
35, 26, 27.
He's just really pushing that 14% edge on the turn there. Blake going to open up the pocket 7s here. Gets called by, looks like he gets called by Will D on the button. Ace tray off suit. Pocket 7's in the lead on the flop.
It's like Will D's going to make another seat change. All right, some new stats for you all. Brian up. Not 5K, but I think 2K of it might have been Will's original seat when he got up, so the stats are a little bit incorrect there. I think he might be up about $3,000 there.
I got to, man. Y'all got me on tilt.
7-6 suited here for Mr. Bill. In the big blind, looks like a button straddle. Mr. Bill's going to raise. James with some suited connectors of his own. Picks up 7-8 of clubs. Curtis picks up ace-jack off. He's going to come in there for a flat. Ryan's going to get a good price in the straddle to make the call, and we're 4 ways to the flop, 100 in the middle. Ace, tray, 4. Gut shot for Mr. Bill. Top pair for Brian. I'm sorry, top pair for Curtis. Brian's out of the hand. Curtis leads out for 50 into 100. Oh, Mr. Bill's going to peel with his gut shot one time. Mr. Bill could have bet that flop.
Factor a lot of draws and
Oh, he
just gets some of
Oh,
it.
I thought he got there. He doesn't.
But it does add to it.
I have a feeling Curtis is going to check this one. He should bet it. Here we go.
Yeah, I think
Attaboy.
he heard you.
Attaboy.
15 from the tee.
Unfortunately, I don't think Bill's going to continue. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Mr. Bill has a pair and a gut shot.
Excuse
That's
me,
two
never
things.
mind.
Mr. Bill makes the call here. Pair and a gut shot. Spicy River. Spicy River one time. Not quite. It might slow down the action, though. It does. River goes, did Curtis check? I can't tell if he checked or not.
No, Mr. Bill already checked already.
Curtis going to try to get 3 streets from him? Oh, wow. Curtis going to rip it here. Bets 400. 450 into 400. Did Mr. Bill call? No way. Mr.
Oh,
Bill,
he did call.
Mr.
What?
Bill called there with 6s and 4s?
Ew.
Mr. Bill, he said I block 5-7?
What? You block 5-7, but you don't block an ace. Come on, Mr. Bill.
Mr. Bill is out of line today.
Oh. Bit of a gift there.
Nice. What a gift from Mr. Bill to Curtis. Mr. Bill trying to bluff catch there. Curtis has only played about 6 hands tonight. That's not the guy to bluff catch against.
No.
Wow, wow, wow.
Big blind, triple T. Fold 9.
I think if Mr. Bill did that, he just shoved in front of him.
25 from the 1.
That was a strange course of events. Alex says we're confused. Yeah, man, we see some wild stuff.
We are
in these
definitely confused.
We see some wild stuff in these games, man. So, I have a theory. Like, I think things like that happen in poker more often than you think. You just don't know because you don't always see their cards. Like, we can see the whole cards. We know that he just called with a pair of 6s. But, like, if you were in game and you play that hand, you'd be like, oh, he had ace-9 or he had ace-10, and I just had him out-kicked.
Yeah.
And that's why he mucked. But I think since we can see their whole cards, like, it probably those kind of things probably happen more often than you think in Hold'em.
Well, definitely seeing the whole cards helps us tremendously.
Yeah. That was a wild hand, Mr. Bill. You got us all riled up back here. Fogman said, has Mr. Bill been on the juice? I think he just wanted to make a hero call on stream.
It's a straddle on the button. It's just an entire exchange.
He does get Mr. Bill straddle on the button now.
Keep it optional, like they said when we checked.
And 9, 25 from the 1.
Bob's going to open it up with the Jack-10 offsuit. Early position.
King Jack.
They got one that play one hand and hold that. He did one of my numbers.
60 from the 1. Folding.
Unless he sold his seat. The guy never showed up. The guy who sold it
That
to
was
never
game,
showed up.
man. That was game. He just didn't want to like a hit and run.
Alex, yeah, I think
that was his
Exactly.
that happens more often than you think. Like I said, I think sometimes when you're playing in game and they just muck and you go, oh man, I must have had him out kicked, or you know.
Straddle on the button.
But actually, they just have a pair of 6s.
And the winner 5-10 game.
Can I get 1,000?
Can you get 1,000?
Next week.
Yes, sir, please. Alright, you don't gotta yell.
They win the
Straddle on the
5-10.
button. This is going to be a fun 30 minutes.
No, this is gonna be a very average player.
Picking up a new guy here in the 3 seat. New guy to the stream.
I'm pretty drunk. No,
Oh, I know that. 40
What do you mean you
from
know
the
that?
floor. Because I can look at you and tell you.
I'm pretty sober.
Lies. Fold 6.
Brian's going to open up the Queen 10 suited, makes it 40 to go
I got Jack 3. Can you believe that?
in the straddle pot.
Why is the seat so low?
Mr. Bill, did you only have one card?
No, I just threw one in and one was
Oh.
still there.
Oh, I was like, oh my God.
Looks like Will D's going to make the call out of the straddle with the 7-5 off. Bob's going to call King Trey offsuit.
1200. Okay, we're going to get a chip on I did.
Queen 10 suited
Game. Is the live stream still on?
gets the best of it for Brian.
You ever got stacked on live feed? I have. You haven't? It's so crazy. So it's the first for everything. So sick. So sick.
Nobody with an ace in the field. Looks like Brian's Queen 10 suited still best.
Damn. I'm sorry.
Aces and 10s with a queen gets the check mark.
I have been drinking. Who knows?
Alex says either way the guy played the hand bad. I mean, what if he calls there and he's right and he just wins this massive pot with a pair of sixes?
All the green.
He dealt to me when we played 5-10.
Maybe that's what he was thinking. Maybe he just wanted to make a big hero call on the stream.
Back 5 green, you can do it. If you give him 7 and then bring back 5, that'd be great.
I'm surprised. I'm actually kind of surprised Curtis ripped it on that river. I thought the river was going to go check for sure.
I can lose things. Is that okay? Nope. What do you mean? Nope.
It's not okay.
If you wear a Nike like cover up, I can't roast you. What's your name tag at? See what happens.
Bring it on. I've been needing to just fire somebody up.
Say something about me.
Straddle on the button. I gotta call him in the morning. His name is Joe, and he's playing a lot. So he's gonna need to tell me how much he wants to play.
1500, wherever the table match is. What is the table match? 15.
Picked up a new guy, new Joe, I think.
40.
Comes in, makes it 40 first hand. Can't figure out the cards in the box trick.
40 from the 6. Fold 7, fold 8. Fold 9, fold 1.
Blake's going to 3-bet him here with ace-jack offsuit to 140. I like this. Game's getting spicy.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of big size in 3-bets with ace-jack. Newcomer Joe in the game, mystery hand. Just gotta get those cards in the box one time. There we go.
Set of 4s. Bottom set
First hand.
in the 3-bet pot.
Check it one time.
Yeah, it's a great board to check. Blake's got a little bit of equity. I would imagine he's probably going to continue here.
All in.
All in.
Snap all in. Snap fold.
I have a set.
You didn't want any money from me?
No.
Blow me off the hand?
No. Pretty drunk. Not here for the gamble.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Joe definitely could have gotten a little bit of value.
Right?
Being drunk minus TV. Being
I'm
drunk
not
minus
drunk.
TV.
Don't,
I know.
Don't say that again.
I know. I'm just saying. Did you just say?
How much can I blind raise? Ask me that. I had 4s there for $120. Watch out. I could have anything. Sir,
Hello.
what are your catching skills?
What do you mean? I have hands like Odell Beckham.
Yeah, it does look like.
They are. It's not as I mean, you can't take me. I can tell you that.
So, what are your throwing skills?
Straddle on the button.
That's on me. That's on me. I straddle. You didn't ask how my throwing skills were, though, to be fair.
They're weak.
Yo,
Yeah, I don't
say
know
that
why he
again.
kind of stuffed it all in there. I might have been afraid of the
Alright,
hearts.
fuck, man. Jeez.
But yeah, you don't flop sets very often. You want to try to get as much value in there as you can, buddy.
Straddle on the button.
How do you blind?
Especially with an aggro player like Blake.
Yeah. What's in your hand and pockets, right?
Ace 8 for Brian. He's going to limp the straddle.
3 black.
What do you got? What do you got?
I got a good hand.
No fucking shot, right? Sorry, I didn't mean that way. You guys got a pair?
All right, Joe, you gotta get those cards in the box, buddy.
Oh, you have a pair, right?
Chuck Nola says all in, no value. Sure. The classic move, right? Looks like kings for Bob is going to be the best hand. Pair of kings gets the check mark.
Focus up, focus up. Yeah, me too.
Thanks for sticking around, guys. Got a little bit of stream left in this 2-5 no-limit deep stack cash game. Myself and Johnny Pham will be back Friday night for another 2-5 game. Tomorrow night we're going to run the Jack's Chamber of Commerce charity tournament. That one's a fun one. Moves fast. We'll do the feature table to the final table. And then we'll be back Friday night for 2-5 no limit deep stack cash. Got a couple big hands here. Ace Queen offsuit for Curtis on the button. Looks like Joe's just going to rip it for 1,800 with Big Slick. I think Curtis is probably going to have to find a fold here. Ace Queen offsuit. Going to go in the muck. Not really the hand you want to be putting 200 big blinds in the middle with pre-flop.
I am very reserved.
I know, me too.
I had
only
four
played
in
nuts.
one
I
hand.
only played the nuts.
I had ace king another.
Whatever that hand was.
Why is there not somebody who counts my chips for me? Is the
Calling
question.
snap the doodle.
Can I raise the button?
Frogman, you're out. All right, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching.
No, you just
Yeah, thanks Fromac for coming in. Always a chat legend in the streets here at Best Bet Live.
Looks like a button straddle out of Joe this hand.
How hard is it to stack your chips?
Eight, 6 suited here for Bob versus Joe's cards that he can't put in the box.
Check.
There we go. Got the deuce 4 offsuit.
All right, chill out, chill out. I think I have any focus for this, really.
Bob turns a flush draw. Currently his 8 high is good. Aces and kings with an 8 is actually the best hand. Now he's got his 8 is actually going to play here.
Yes, nice school. That's all I could do. It's all I could do. I couldn't be the board. I couldn't be anywhere near the board. All right, you don't got yellow though. That's kind of rude. That's on you. You yelling.
All right, button moves on to the next one.
All right, all right. He's kind of yelling though, right?
2-5 deep, $1,500 max.
Say it again. Say it. I'll see you in 30 minutes. I'll see you in 30 minutes. I'll see you in 30 minutes.
Fold 9, fold 1, fold 2. 20 from the 3.
Looks like Joe's going to raise up the 7 deuce offsuit.
20 bucks. Call from down. Call from 2. 3 players.
Mr. Bill's going to make the call. Ace 10 suited. Curtis is in there for 10-8 one time. Wow, Mr. Bill flops the nut flush draw here. I think Joe's going to keep firing at it. Mr. Bill with the nut flush draw. Curtis with a middle pair. He's going to make the call. A 10 would be kind of a nasty card there. Wow, look at Mr. Bill. Just turns the nut flush. Diamonds. Diamonds get there.
Check 7. Check 2 and check 3.
Joe's going to slow down, check it back.
Check 7.
Fourth diamond comes in on the river. Oh, man, did Mr. Bill check it? Oh, Mr. Bill.
No! Oh my God, you have ace of diamonds? What?
The only time you don't bet.
No,
What?
I just knew it. I read you up
You
here.
go all in.
I feel like that might be terrible advice.
Listen, sometimes you gotta build your own pot, sir.
Ace of diamonds? What?
Ace 10.
I thought it was
Even
just
betting
that,
something
sir.
small is better than betting
All right, I'll see you next
nothing.
hand. I'll see you next hand.
Okay.
At least you can
I
induce
probably have
some
better
raises
than
here.
7 deuce off, but we'll see.
I'll be right here.
We'll see. We'll see. Where's the blind raises at? 40 in the dark.
Alex says 7 deuce, nice. Going for it, yeah. Double barrel. Got off the hook. Mr. Bill with the ace of diamonds checked it over to him. My man Ricky in the chat. What's up, buddy? See you in Vegas. Looking forward to it. Can't get here soon enough.
Yeah. I mean, what can I do? What can I do?
They call it blind raise, so.
Wow, he costs $40 like it's not even money. That's so crazy. So sick.
This time Joe with the 7 deuce again. 7 deuce of diamonds this time. Makes it 40 to go. Gets called in 3 spots. Pocket 8's the best hand here. Looks like top pair here for Blake. Gut shot for Joe, gut shot for James, gut shot for Mr. Bill. Everybody's got some equity, but they need each other's cards.
I have. You don't back him. I know.
90 bucks.
Blake's going to bet 90 here with top pair. Mr. Bill's going to call with the bottom end gut shot. Andrew says, nice check on the river. Mr. Bill said the only time you don't bet. He checked it, expected Joe to fire at it. Joe just clicked it back. Mr. Bill might have made the absolute min. Oh, wow. Gut shot comes in for the pocket 8s for James here.
Yeah, James is playing pretty solid for the entire night. So in the black for $952.
James going to bet 215, try to squeeze a little value out of these guys. It's not going to work.
What'd you have? You'll see it. You gonna watch this? Are you crazy?
James gets there, pocket 8s, scoops a nice
Where's
one.
the easy back in the box?
9 high straight.
No way. Alright. No shot.
Straddle on the button.
Blind 50.
Looks like we got a button straddle here out of Mr. Bill.
I'm gonna wake up with someone.
What do you mean, no, you won't? I said, yeah, you will. I know you will.
Alright,
I know you will.
Jeez Louise.
Will D with the 6-4 offsuit in the muck. 2-3 offsuit right behind it from James.
$50. You can think about it.
7-5
You definitely
suited
think about it.
from new guy Joe. Going to make it 50. Brian's going to call with the ace-8 of spades. King Jack offsuit from Mr. Bill. Mr. Bill's not all in. He still has chips behind.
All right, put some more chips in, into Mr. Bill's stack there. Actually playing 1100.
Mr. Bill still reeling from that very strange call with a pair of sixes there. That one caught me very off guard. Steve says James has a bunch of viewers tonight. Good stuff. James in the black. James winning tonight. Probably going to, barring disaster here in the last few minutes of the stream, should be able to book a nice win. Looks like Bob's going to limp in there with the Jack 5 suited. Curtis is in there with 2 4s. Joe's going to raise it, I think, with some mystery cards. Brian folds. Blake makes the call. Ace 9 off suit. Mr. Bill's got 2 7s for the 3-bet. 150 to go. Looks like this one might get all the way. Oh, I'm sorry. Blake 3-bet the Ace 9 and Mr. Bill flatted. I see what happened here. These two are going to go heads up. Pocket 7s versus Ace 9 off suit. John Phillips says, is this a normal Wednesday night stream? Yeah, pretty standard, man. Pretty standard for Best Bet Jacksonville. Believe it or not. The games are always this good.
Yeah, especially in our 2-5 rounds where we'll have 6 or 7 2-5 games. It's pretty much all like this.
On the weekends, man, 2-5 is juicy.
You ever want to know what's going on here at Best Bet Jacks and Orange Park, hit up our website, bestbetjacks.com. Lots of cool links in there. One of the featured links is the active tables links, which lets you know what games are active and how many players are on the list. I wish they would give notifications somehow, like if there's a 5-10 game that pops up and you just get a notification on your phone. That'd be cool.
Looks like Blake just got it all in here with the open ender. Ripped 1,500. Man, Mr. Bill folds the best hand.
A serious rip too. Wow.
Mr. Bill just bluff catching in the wrong spots tonight. Bluff catch when he's no good, folds when he's good. A couple of tough ones here for Mr. Bill tonight.
Awesome, John. Yeah, definitely come out to see us. This weekend we have our $400 Go Po at Orange Park.
That's right. Come get some of my dead money.
And in 2 weeks we'll have our Summer Sizzler $1,500 buy-in. 1-day event, sorry, 2-day event. We'll play down to the final table on Saturday, and then Sunday we'll live stream the final 8. First place for that event was $42,000, and you can get in as cheap as enough as $280 to try to satellite yourself in.
Pocket 4s for Joe. Like Kevin said, the 4s have been hot. Somebody folded 4s last hand. They would have flopped a set. Looks like Joe's going to raise the pocket 4s, get called by Brian's pocket trays, get called by Mr. Bill's 8-5 suited. James is going to get a good price as the straddle. Bob's going to looking like he wants to go for the limp raise with ace-queen offsuit. He does. Makes it somewhere in the neighborhood of 140. Nailed it. 140. Lee B, 509. Got a work trip to Jack's. Got to put in a session at Best Bet, man. Games are too good.
Now, if you need to stay a little longer than the night, we do have 2 hotels very close to on property. We have the Courtyard Marriott and the Hampton Inn, which is less than half a mile to the room.
Look at Mr. Bill makes the call with 8-5 of diamonds in the 3-bet pot. Joe comes along with the 2 4s. Let's play a big one. Ace queen way out in front. I don't think the other two can continue in this spot. I've been wrong before, though. Lee says he's going to be at the Courtyard Marriott. You got to put in a session, man. It's right around the corner. Wow, Bob takes a small size here. Goes 100 into 475-ish. Is Mr. Bill thinking about getting weird right here?
Kind of ill-advised with no pair, no draw.
100, yes, sir.
Mr. Bill's thinking about it.
Whoa! So if he's going to call a flop there, is he going to make a move here on the turn or river?
That's actually kind of a good card for Bob.
Yeah, puts in a lot of 2 pairs.
Also, Mr. Bill's a little capped here because he was just a flatter pre-flop. So it's really hard for him to have any of these super strong hands besides maybe ace-jack. I think Mr. Bill might have just wanted to float one time and hopefully pick up like a 7 or a 4. Card that could give him some straight outs.
I think after running so hot, now he's card dead. I think he's getting a little bored.
EA,
trying to force hands to happen.
That's a great story. Pictures, or it didn't happen.
Straddle on the button. They're getting their rings tomorrow. I believe only one team in NFL history has ever lost the home opener where they received their rings.
That's pretty, yeah, because it has no
Jack 10 offsuit for Brian. He's going to get in there for the 10. Blake's going to fold. Mr. Bill got some mystery cards worth good for 55 here. James is going to call with pocket 5s. 7 deuce offsuit in the muck. Brian's going to come along with the Jack 10. Wow, James running pure tonight. Just flops middle set here. James leads out. Brian check raises here with top pair backup clubs. Mr. Bill's going to get out of the way. Brian here with middle set, never folding. We might play a big one here. Ooh, nobody's going to love the clubs coming in on the turn. I guess some wacky straight draws get there. Somehow Brian decides to check raise with a straight draw. This time he goes kind of small, less than half pot, 225. 200 into almost 5. It looks like value, but your head is too strong to fold. You've still got outs if you're behind. You just can't, in this spot, you just can't spaz out and start trying to raise and pile money in. Brian misses everything, the 10, the jack, the club. James's hand is still good. I think you just have to close your eyes and call in this spot. Brian looks like he doesn't quite know how much to bet. Oh, he's giving James way too good of a price. Looks like he's trying to put in like a blocker bet. Gives James way too good of a price. If I'm James, I can't call this bet fast enough.
I'm actually looking to raise.
I don't think you can ever raise just because you can't get value from worse.
Yeah, that's true. 3 clubs out there. You don't want to be raised out of the pot, so definitely.
If you get called, you're just never good. Yeah, James makes the correct call. Doesn't get crazy. Doesn't go for the raise. Shows middle set. A nice 1K pot.
Just like that, James has just doubled his winning. He's now up 2K.
Nice flat from James there.
Yeah, I'll talk to this coach. Yeah, so we're gonna play the final 3 hands of the stream, starting right now.
Heard it from Adonis. Final 3 hands of the night. I want to thank everybody here for joining us and going to sweat it with us. Might see some fireworks here on the final 3 hands again. Some of these players are stuck and want to get some money back before the stream ends.
I hope so. That's why we're here.
Let's get some max pain in, guys. Maximum pain.
Yeah, like, we'll see what people want. Yeah, 5-5 no cap.
Is 5-5 time rate though?
Alex says LFG. Let's go. Last 3 hands. Let's get weird.
I will do that. I just want to have bubble
James going to open the Jack 10 of clubs. Bob's going to call ace 9 off suit. Curtis gets out of the way. Looks like Joe gets out of the way. Are these guys going heads up? Bob's going to make the call here with the ace. James trying to play to his range. James can't win the hand. Bob's not the guy you can barrel off the top pair. Not going to do a lot of good to try to go bet, bet, bet. James does slow down, checks it over to Bob, who has top pair. Bob actually goes kind of small here. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He goes large. I thought it was 1 green chip. Looks like he goes 65 into about 120 and takes it down. James with the snap fold there. All right, 2 hands left. Let's see a big one. Blind raise. That's a good way to start.
Yeah, always gonna be a good few last hands when there's some dead money, more dead money. But whoa, 55 of dead money in the pot now. Blind raise the 55 on the button.
I love it.
Now somebody raises in front of him, he can take that bet back. So if any players are aware of that rule. Whoa, ace queen and ace king. Did Will just fold? Okay. Oof.
So it looks like these guys are just limping to make the raise stand.
Jack 10.
So we can play
Queen
a big
deuce.
one.
What is this? Look at these hands.
Joe with the blind raise wakes up with Jack 10 on the button. Mr. Bill's going to get mixed up with the 9 deuce of spades. I feel like James is just waiting for the re-raise. He knows that if he just flats, the raise to 30 has to stand.
Definitely.
And then he can try to scoop this dead money.
Yeah. Going big here is definitely the good move.
I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. Wow, James goes huge. 3-bet to 325. Big bet.
It's going to put Bob in a really awkward spot. He's only got $10 in the pot, but you got ace king, 2 hands left. You can't fold this hand. You can't just call this hand either.
What do you do in this spot? Got 2K back. Oh, man.
Definitely going to press in Joe. Jack 10 suited? Come on.
There's already 800 in the middle, and there's still 3 people left to act. Joe makes the call with Jack 10. What are we watching?
Brent out there, and Mr. Bill with 9 deuce spades.
Mr. Bill's kind of, is he getting short stack? Mr. Bill's only got 600.
Oh, baby.
No, Mr.
Let's go. He rips him with 9 deuce of spades. What is happening?
Mr. Bill says, I got to be live, right?
All right, this is going to be our hand of the week. We're going to go ahead and log this, everybody. This is hilarious.
Give Mr. Bill a flush one time.
give him a deuce.
Give Mr. Bill a flush because then it gives the the queen, and the ace of spades a sweat. Mr. Bill is out of control. Unfortunately, these two other players can't raise. I don't think he raised enough. I didn't do the math. I could be wrong, but I don't think he raised enough to reopen the betting. It's probably really close.
I mean, it's enough for everyone to call here.
Yeah, I don't know if he made it enough to reopen the betting or not. Actually, he might have. I think he only raised. I think James only raised by like 280 or something.
If James calls, Bob calls, Joe has to call.
Bob has to call. Look at his hand. Look how deep.
I mean, he's the most live.
All of these guys are so deep, too.
His hands, he's the most live. Jack 10 suited in the spot. I think he's the favorite. Yeah, he's definitely the favorite. He's got the most equity.
How is 9 deuce not the favorite?
By a small margin behind ace queen. Look at that.
Mr. Bill might be my new favorite player.
9 deuce of spades has as much equity as ace queen unsuited here.
That's crazy.
It's a very interesting hand. Hope they all call. Come on. I hope they all call here. Let's go.
Now Bob rips it. Now Bob should just rip it for 1,600. Put everyone in a tough spot. Mark Smith says James can never fold for 300 for sure. My question is, did it reopen the raising? If I'm James after showing this much aggression and he reopens the betting, I might just put some more chips in there. Looks like
they all call.
2,500 pre-flop, just a casual Wednesday night.
Oh my God. Game. Let's go. Pot of the night.
How many big blinds is that? 500 big blinds in the middle pre-flop?
Oh, it's a 9. He's ahead.
He's got an open ender and a flush draw.
Wow.
He's got an open ender and a flush draw. James has one of his outs. Wild Bill. Look how much equity Joe has in this hand with no pair. Mr. Bill's in the lead.
Open-ended, straight, and flush draw.
What a flop.
And James is going to go ahead and fire into him? I don't understand this bet at all.
James is going to do the work for him. He only bets 400. It's not even the worst call for Bob here. It's 400 to win almost 3K. Oh, wow. So James might be able to get away from it here.
Yeah, James unfortunately steps in it. He was in the black for 2K, and I think he just lost pretty much half of it.
But James is in that same spot. He's getting 7 to 1. It's 500 to win almost 4K. Ugh, he's never good. He's only 6% equity. Mathematically, it is the right fold, but still.
Yeah, it's only 500 more to call to win $3,800. So I think he has to call here.
7 to 1 might be a call, but for 6%, I mean, we know. We know 6% is no good. But up against the range, it might be really close.
I mean, you already put over $1,000 in this pot. What's it more to put in another $500 and $400? Let's put another 400.
So ironically, since Joe, well, that's not true. Joe actually is capped. I was going to say Joe's uncapped, but he had the chance to 4-bet when James 3-bet. So he is kind of capped to almost exactly what he has. Mr. Bill is already on vacation in his brain. He's already spending
Mr. Bill's my new hero, dude. I love that man.
Mr. Bill's my new favorite player.
He is definitely the featured player, the hallmark of this entire stream.
Mr. Bill's my spirit animal. What a hand. Look at this hand. There's almost 4K in the middle. And there's still action. I don't know how Joe can miss here. Half the deck. He's good. Any club, any 7, any queen, any jack, any 10.
Well, that's the thing, though. It might be too many outs.
There's no such thing as too many outs. It's math. Look at this pot.
Just weird you have a pair. Like, that's pretty fucked up, brother. I just don't believe it.
Whoa.
Like I said, Joe is kind of capped because he had the opportunity to 4-bet. Even though he blind raised, James 3-bet over the blind raise. Joe could have 4-bet and did it, which effectively caps him.
A lot of equity. A lot of equity.
Got a ton of equity.
You got Jack High, man.
But also, I'm pretty sure he basically breaks even. He comes close to breaking even on the side after James bets 400 that Mr. Bill can't win. He might be stuck like 200.
You got too many outs. You got too many outs.
Oh, what a sweat. Is Mr. Bill just going to win it?
Oh, my God. You're alive.
I don't know what just happened there, but it's like Mr. Bill just won it with 9 high. Shitting on them with 9 high. Pre-flop. He's going to win this massive pot. I think Joe pretty much made back his money on that side pot. But my hat is going to go to Mr. Bill. What a play. Giant Hail Mary, and he quadruples up.
More than that. 9 high is good. Mr. Bill is out of his mind.
With the hand that he has, winning with 90.
You got too many outs. Never.
I almost called him with ace high.
So the hand's done.
My hand is insane.
What a massive amount of outs for Joe.
And ace high would have been good for the side pot.
Ace high would have been good for the side pot. Ace queen would have been good.
How did he not call those? Another $500. He already put in over $1,500.
I know.
Ew. Ew.
I know, I love it, man. I love it. I have pair outs against this man.
Yeah, he only had to call 500 more. Now Mr. Bill has pocket 9s. 9s are hot. The KG vet. It's pretty good.
Ship it on again.
Yeah, James would have won the side pot there. That's the gross part.
And James is the one who put in the blind 55.
James put in the blind 55.
No, it wasn't James. It was Joe.
Joe, you're right.
My back for getting cooler, but I got cooler, guys.
Oh, man, you still won. You free roll.
Whoa.
You free roll.
Mr. Bill, next hand, just bumps it up to 55 with pocket 9s.
Let's raise the stakes.
Yeah, I'm down with it. Whatever. Which state?
I'm gonna go pet. Give me after this.
Upstairs or right here?
We were playing really
You gotta
good.
move, though.
I was playing really good.
We'll see after the hand how many
Mr. Bill is the legend on this 2-5 live stream here tonight.
The legend of Mr. Bill. I can't believe what I've watched tonight.
What did you have? 18?
Hell no. He did not have ace high.
No one's talking about how I had Jack High. But I had Jack High. You fucking.
That's what I knew you did.
Top pair here for Brian. Middle pair here for Bob. Bob's going to lead out for 75. These pots are getting big.
This guy, like, for real, the guy's pretty lucky. What's happening?
Well played, Joe.
There was a 3-bet pre. It went blind raise to 55, 3-bet to 325.
Yeah, you.
Then call.
They call
all in.
Call, all in, 9 deuce suited.
I'm out here sipping on water, just trying to maintain.
Top 2 for Brian. Mr. Bill gets a gut shot.
Only the commentators know where I was raising before. They know.
Where's this game been all night? Brian's going to mash it here. Looks like he's going to go 275 into just under 400. Gets rid of Mr. Bill. Gets through Bob. I think that's going to do it.
Yeah, baby. Put it all in.
Raise your hand if you're still playing.
I think that's going to wrap it up tonight for tonight's 2-5 no limit deep stack cash game. Brian books a big one. Mr. Bill gets unstuck. Look at Mr. Bill, books a $250 win.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The legend of Mr. Bill. I'm here for it. I think he's going to be back on Friday. I'm not sure. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We got the Chamber of Commerce charity tournament tomorrow for myself and Johnny Pham. We'll see you guys the next 2 nights. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.
Good night, my dudes.